Anyway.
Alright. So,
Should we start with traveling there, or?
yeah, I'll do a bit of a abridged introduction.
Okie dokie.
First things first, I should also say that, this is, gonna be strictly offline. There's no stream, I'm just recording this. And I myself am gonna post this to the Guy channel.
What? I wasn't listening.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Okay. Sorry, my ADHD is kicking in.
It's alright.
You still want to refrain from names, but...
Yeah,
Yes.
Don't worry. I can clean it up if bad things happen. For video purposes, I'm gonna get Sarah with Yoon and Apples. We're gonna get all three of them as a group. Say we got Synth Detective and Can't Escape Crazy.
Yeah, you can call me Momo or Tess, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll call you Synth so I don't even get close to making the mistake.
Ow!
Fair.
Don't be dumb, dummy.
Cat.
Yes.
And after I do the two groups, I'm actually gonna go ahead and go on my own and talk about the world lore so I can get rid of that fucking video of the Long Dark that I put on there.
The Long Dark?
Yeah, I put a video of the Long Dark because I talked about my gods in there.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get the Long Dark off of that, and I'm gonna put this there instead.
Okay.
I'm also gonna... Alright. Without further ado, let me go ahead and give you guys a basic rundown. After the fall of Ophelia and all the major loose ends taken care of in the Highlands, you guys bid yourselves adieu. With nothing much else to do at the moment, you guys decide to split up into your own spaces. You heard that Ash was requested by the High Council of her tribe, of her kingdom, her home, that her attention was needed. Reshingu decided to go with her so that he could clear up his name. And Zellena's going because she said she had some personal business to take care of. Whether you know the details of it or not, I don't know. I don't remember. You probably don't, though.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm sure she would have told you, but if she hasn't yet, then I will not spare that information.
Fair.
Now, you two, as a pair, with nothing important left to do, you guys decide to visit each other's parents. Tess, you volunteered first. I shall leave it to you. I want you to describe your hometown the best you can.
Okay.
I have a description. It's not very good, but it's a description.
Okay, I'm curious about yours. Do it real quick.
Sandy.
Wait, I think they're on to something.
Oh, the great.
Alright. I'm gonna
Well, the
flash a
ground
picture of the map up too. This would be in Lytreus. Do you remember what your town is?
A desert?
Yes.
Close to the castle?
Do you remember the name of it?
No, but I could check the map.
Alright,
I have that saved.
It's not close to the castle, it's the other one above it.
Oh, yeah, it's, Sundew?
Yeah, Sundew. The town of Sundew in the desert, and the Pyrrhus continent. You can actually see the beautiful pink beach crust along the ocean, just a dune underneath the actual town. This is a refugee town, and to those who understand the history of it, you would know that a lot of people from the original town underneath it, if you have the name for it.
Dead Town?
Yeah, well, they call it Dead Town now.
Yeah, you didn't put what it was originally called.
Yeah. Well,
Your
what
Tess
is
was
it
too
called?
little to remember.
Oh, okay, you don't remember? Alright.
Well, she was 4, so.
I could have sworn you had in your backstory that you did know.
Well, I
Yeah,
can't
I
remember.
thought so too.
Well, it doesn't say anything in my notes, so.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the name's mostly forgotten. All the people who talk about it refer to it as Dead Town. Seems like addressing it by its actual name is uncomfortable. But the history of the world, essentially, is that there was a major fight, an invasion from the southern continent of Frostburn. They came up and started a fight in the actual town itself. It was hard to tell who was winning or losing, but someone who mastered necromancy came onto the field and raised a bunch of the dead. And the fight stopped being between Pyrrhus and Frostburn and started to be more of a free-for-all. Women and children were dying to the undead. And Tess barely made it out with not just herself, her cat, and her best friend, Diedrich. They spent a long time walking through the desert until they could finally make it back to Sundew, where they were adopted by a very friendly pair of dwarves, Hadrig and Gretchen. Now they return back to Sundew to visit Hadrig and Gretchen once more. We'll start us off by docking upon the beachy shore. You guys do hit the ports, and you can actually see the bustling town. You can see a trade cart slowly being pulled in by a single horse, a strong, hardy horse. And you can also see several of the guards around. All of them are way taller than you, Crazy. Like
Most
fucking
of
10
them are
feet
taller
tall.
than Tess, too.
Yeah, a lot of them are very
Holy
tall compared to Tess. Oh, actually, coming back to the desert, you can actually see a lot of the people, their skin tones are a lot deeper than Tess. Tess standing next to everyone else has this deep, almost bronze-like color, like a dark tan, almost a brown. Whereas Tess is more of like a light orange, almost pink.
Hopefully I'll get my tan back here.
You guys are
You
still
get
standing...
even.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Nah, I'm abandoning that thought.
Okay. You guys are standing on the boat still.
Tess breathes in the desert air and sighs in content. I miss this.
You don't know what you
I'm
missed
glad you're-
more, the smell of the ocean or the smell of the desert. But each one has just this distinct, uncanny scent that you are familiar with.
I pick up Acre so he doesn't get crushed in the. Oh, never mind. He's on his leash that we made him instead.
Okay. He stays close by.
So, you're sure your parents will like me, right?
Of course they'll love you. I just know it. I think they might love you a little too much, honestly.
No, but if you think they'll love me, I'm sticking with you either way, though.
Trust me, I know they will. Oh, I can't wait for you to meet them and my friends. It's gonna be great.
Yep, let's go.
You
You
guys,
lead the way. I have no way.
Obviously.
you guys step off the boat. Aether's tugging at your leash. He's very eager to explore this new land. He never seen actual people in a desert before, so this is really new for him.
He's getting more and more childlike, I've noticed. Stay close, Aether.
As you guys walk on, you see a tall Goliath man in full plate armor stop you. Hail, travelers. What is your business of here?
Oh, come on, you don't recognize me?
You can see a smirk under his helmet. You don't look like you're from here, do you?
By
I
the
will
way,
have to see
Jack,
your
this
paperwork.
is Diedrich, right?
No. I don't think
Okay.
Diedrich was a Goliath, was he?
Yeah, Diedrich was a Goliath, remember? He was from the same Goliath town. His dad was part of the
I thought he
guard.
was human.
Not everyone was a Goliath in the desert. Just all of the guards were.
I remember
There's still...
his dad
Actually,
was a guard.
yeah, his dad was... That is true, his dad was a guard.
Yeah, Diedrich was a Goliath. Even
Okay.
Or at
I
least
think-
half Goliath.
He is
I
in
remember-
he is in guard training. It would be presumed he was a Goliath. You're right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
this is
Is
not
this
him.
Diedrich or no?
This is not him.
Okay.
But this is another Goliath that would have at least known your father. Hold on, there was something else I needed to say.
Alright,
Yeah, it was, sorry, you don't look like you're from around here.
I've been away for a while. Besides, you should know my dad.
Ah, yes, your father. Of course I know him. Welcome back home, sister. It's been a while.
It's nice to be back.
Who is your friend, and what is their business here? They are
Oh.
with you, correct?
Yes, this is my partner, Abby.
Well,
Hello?
congratulations. He offers his hand out to you.
I shake it.
Oh, of course. He had kind of like a more offering hand, but you kind of grab it and twist it and start shaking it properly.
I mean, it's... Abby doesn't know what to do here.
It's kind of obvious.
You can see he's holding back a laugh as he speaks up. You'll get used to the mannerisms here, I'm sure. Please don't let me keep you. On your way.
It's nice seeing you.
He nods before looking past you to the people behind.
Mm-hmm. Abby is feeling very awkward at the moment.
Tess pats their shoulder.
Immediately, you're thinking about how you could have done that so much better.
Of course.
But, are you guys continuing on?
Yes.
Alright. You guys march on along the sandstone dock and up the sand dune. You can see a series of footprints and how the hill kind of tapers in the middle with how often it's walked. It's almost like a smooth ramp up. In fact, with how frequently these paths are made, it's almost like sandstone is starting to form on these paths. It's like the cobblestone equivalent of sand.
When me and my friends were kids, we just used to drag our feet along this trying to make it sandstone.
That sounds funny. I would have paid good money to see that happen.
We were little kids, what do you expect?
You can actually, oh, you don't need your dice. You can hear light pattering on the stones once you actually start stepping on them. You see Prickly Pear's pretty much tap dancing on these rocks. Looks a little too hot for her.
Oh, here, Prickly Pear, get on my back.
She jumps up and you can feel her claws dig into your back.
I said bag, not back. Ow.
It's too hot. Why are we here?
Because this is our home, remember?
I like the forest better.
You'll see
you'll...
the forest one day with my Uncle Sal.
And you'll readjust to the heat anyway. Until then, you can ride on my shoulders or bag or whatever.
She climbs up your back and crawls into your bag. You can hear her since she's close to your head. You can hear her licking her paws, trying to get all the dirt off.
Poor baby. Ow!
She bit you. I like the idea of you just reaching in, oh, poor baby, and she just bites the tip of your finger while you're trying to boop her. Alright, alright. Is there any stops you guys would like to make before heading to Tess's parents' house?
Not yet. I think we should step to the parents' house first.
Of course.
I mean, we probably didn't tell them we were coming. Considering they didn't answer my last letter.
Yeah. Alright.
What the heck?
Sure, of course. Yes, you absolutely may head back there. Tess, you remember exactly where you lived, so it's only been like a year or so, roughly. Actually, probably be half that. Let me actually think. It was roughly 2 months to pass through that central desert. Yeah, honestly, I'd probably say it's about, like, not a whole year. I'd say you'd be coming on your, like, 5 or 6 month after the Halloween event.
Cool.
I don't know. I have not been keeping proper track of time, though.
That's okay. We don't blame you.
It's been a while, though.
But yeah, you do return back to the desert. You do, of course. Yes. Sorry, I'm tired. It's
But
that.
of course.
But of
Yeah.
course.
Today we go to the parents' house.
Yeah. So, you can actually see, Tess, you can see your home off in the distance.
There it is, that house.
Would you like to sneak in through the back door and surprise them? Would you like to walk in through the front door?
So I'm just gonna go to the front door and knock.
Alright.
Surprise them that way.
Crazy, you notice as you
I
get
was gonna hide a bit behind Tess. Just a
course.
little.
Yeah, you're a little shy, I get you. You walk up to the door, and the closer you get, the smaller this house starts to look. Even for you, like, it's kind of a tight fit for yourself.
Did Tess ever tell them that her parents are dwarves?
Probably not.
I don't think
Wait,
so.
no. They have heard, because you've spoken Dwarven.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a taught language. You would have had to know something. Yeah. It's an easy assumption to make, although you wouldn't have any concrete proof.
Of course.
Yeah, you, of course, this door, your head would not fit without ducking underneath it. And Tess almost has to get on her hands and knees to really get through. Like, it is really low. Like, she has to really squat down.
I knock on the door.
Of course, you give it a good hearty knock. And you hear off in the distance. 1 minute, I'm almost there. And eventually you hear a lock turn before the door swings open. Oh, this better be important. Oh my
Hi, Pop.
stars. Tess, is that you?
The one and only.
Oh, my baby girls are turned home! He walks up and gives you a hearty hug around the waist. Probably more around like the thighs since you're tall.
Tess then does what she normally does, making sure his head won't hit the doorway, and pulls him up into a hug standing.
Of course, you pick him up and you give him a proper hug. I've never thought I'd see you again.
You think I'm that weak?
Oh, and who's your little friend?
Pa, this is Abby. Abby's my partner.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet ya.
Partner, Pa. Yep, partner.
Partner? What? You're committing crimes now?
Like
romantic partner.
Smooching partner, Pa.
Oh, Gretchen! Gretchen, get over here!
I set him down.
Come in, come in! What are you waiting for? Let's get you out of the sun!
Tess goes in, crouching, of course.
Okay, my dear? Tess, you don't look well.
I just lost a tan. I've been in a snowy
Abby.
area.
You look like a ghost.
I'm not that
Abby
pale.
ducks through.
Of course, it's a tight fit, but you're able to get through. And who's your little rock pet? Oh, he's adorable.
This isn't a pet, Pa. This is your grandson.
Oh my goodness.
He kind of stops for a second. He kind of looks at you with almost like a confused glare. And then to Abby. And
Abby
kind
has
of
nothing
looks...
to do.
Yeah,
Abby
he
has
kind
nothing
of
to do
looks
with
them up and down, like really investigating them, and then back to you. You don't say!
Adopted.
Adopted.
Huh. Well, I'm not one to judge. I've
I
had
made
you.
him out of an egg.
It sounds like a crime.
No, our friend had a rock golem. He's now a metal man, but he laid an egg, and I learned a spell to hatch him.
You got quite the story to tell now, don't you? Why didn't you write? We missed
I
you so
did.
much.
I did. You guys never wrote back.
Surely, if we got a letter, we would have wrote back. We would have wrote back in a heartbeat.
You
You
made
know
sure to
this,
send it to
Tess,
the right
you
place,
know
right,
this.
Abby?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Have you been remembering to check the mail?
I gotta say the days have been a little hazy.
Well, anyway, I'm just glad to see you now. You also have a granddaughter, but she's not here right now.
A granddaughter? Man, you're pumping out babies out of the woodwork!
Oh, no, she's a teenager.
You're
We
gonna
kind of
put me out
forcefully
of
adopted her.
business!
No, she's a teenager. She's an elf. We forcefully adopted her.
How long have
Well,
you been
not-
gone?
not
It only felt
forcefully,
like
no.
months!
We met during a job, and I just kind of became a mom.
We became a family.
Yeah.
Family's good. Are you hungry? I'm so sorry I'm being such a horrible host.
Do you have
No,
any
it's
of
fine.
Do you have any of Ma's, jam?
Oh, I got some of that over here. She hasn't prepared it yet. Hold on, let me go get her for you.
Oh, yes, please.
He meanders off. The roof, Abby, the roof is just high enough to where your head won't scrape it as you slouch your head down.
Well, that went better with him than I thought it would.
I honestly expected him to react more.
Eventually, you see him come back, covering the eyes of Gretchen. Oi, Hildring, this better be important! Oh, it is, my dear, it is! Alright, you can open your eyes now. Well, I can't do that with your hands in front of the eyes, Hildring!
Just can't help but laugh.
Abby chuckles a bit.
He moves his hands and she's, oh, Tess, my darling star.
Hi, Ma. I missed you.
Ah, we missed you too, lass. She
kneels down
rushes
to hug
over
her
and gives
this
you a
time.
proper hug.
I'm not gonna risk hitting her head against the ceiling, so I kneel down and hug her. That's a mistake she normally made with her dad anyway.
Special treatment.
Yeah.
Gosh.
She'd probably get a tongue lashing from her ma if she did it.
Yeah.
You
She
never
does it
hear
on
the end of it.
purpose, but not that she does it on purpose, but subconsciously.
God. Yeah, she only thinks about doing it.
No, some primal part of her knows not to do that with Mom.
Yeah, Tess just knows better.
Yeah.
She gives you a hug and she smiles. Oh, my baby girl. Have you had anything to eat yet? How long have you been in town?
We just got here, Ma. The boat just
Aw.
docked.
Have a seat, have a seat. I'll go ahead and
Oh.
prep some lunch for you.
Real quick,
You must
Ma.
be starving from the ride here.
Ma,
Yes?
I'd like you to meet some people.
Hello, I'm Abby, Tess's romantic partner.
Ah, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Abigail. My name is
No.
Gretchen.
No,
No, Abby.
Ablash.
Yes.
Oh.
Abby is no gender.
Man, they make them in all different shapes and sizes, don't they, Hedrick? I know. It's one of life's miracles.
And you're also
Abby.
a grandma now.
What? Where's that little baby?
Here's Aether.
That's not a baby, that's a rock. Oh! Oh!
He's still a baby. He's just a rock baby.
Well,
But you
weren't kidding
also
when
have...
you weren't kidding when you said they came in all different shapes and sizes, now were ya?
We also have a daughter. She's not here right now, though. She's busy.
Is she also a rock?
No, she's an elf.
No. She's adopted.
Yes,
Oh.
adopted. We met her on the same party that we met in, and we just kind of all became a family.
It's nice to see you take after your own. Family doesn't have to be blood.
Or even half blood in some cases.
Doesn't.
Oh,
Well-
that reminds me. Prickly Pear, come out and say hello.
It better not be hot out there. It better not be hot out there.
We're inside, Prickly Pear.
You can feel her kind of scurry around your backpack as your mom and dad wait with bated breath as this arcane purple and blue cat jumps out. And it stretches out on this fucking couch. And it sits before them.
Mom, Pa, you remember Prickly Pear?
Oi, she's changed a lot since then. How did you do the trick with her hair?
It kind of happened on its own. It's magic.
Wow, this cat was always something else. I knew this one was going to be different. I've never seen a cat like her. She's so damn ornery.
And now she can talk.
No way.
Well, didn't you hear the voice coming from the backpack?
Gretchen kind of gives him like a glare. It's like a glare crossed with a smirk. Hedrick almost looks a little bit embarrassed. I suppose you have a point there. I thought that was your mouse.
What?
Who are you calling a mouse? Who are you calling a mouse? Fuck, I'm mixing up my voices. Man, the dwarves bring out the worst in me. They really do. you can see Hadrig walks up and gives him a rather kind of a harsher, like, it's not a gentle like stroke, more of just like as if he were to pet a dog. He just kind of rubs the head of Prickly Pear, and she just kind of like lowers herself as much as she can to get out from under it, like how cats do sometimes.
Pa, remember, not a dog. We've been over this for years.
Hey, he's a good kitty and takes a nice pet. Ow!
This happens every time, I swear. She says that, Abby.
Well, why don't you make yourselves comfortable? I will go ahead and prepare. Let me prepare. Oh, fucker!
It's okay. It's okay.
Give me a second.
I know it's hard. It's okay.
I know it's hard, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think it is as funny as you think it is.
Well, why don't we all have a seat? I will go ahead and bring us lunch here soon.
Thanks, Ma.
Oh, but of course, sweetheart. Anything for you. You guys pass the time by sharing different stories. What stories do you tell her?
Well, first we tell her about Levi, of course.
Alright, what do you tell her about?
That we have another romantic interest that has a daughter of his own.
Alright.
And he's kind of in charge of a town that he's fixing.
Okay.
Omitting some details, of course.
You don't say anything about his bandit brothers?
No.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
Of course, of course. What else?
We talk about Ash, of course.
Of course, lots about her.
Definitely proud parenting.
Of course.
And how she's also a pain in the ass.
Alright.
I swear, that kid, she needs a leash. We're not gonna do it, but she needs one.
Yeah, she's not a baby like Aether is, so we can't do that.
It's always hard to keep them still. Oh, you should have heard about Tess. She's always running about.
Here comes the stories.
Give me a second. I actually have one.
Yes!
Hold on.
Oh no.
It's also very possible it didn't save.
We don't talk about the Mud Monster incident.
God. I think that's
I have the
one
letter still if you want me to send it to you.
No, it's right there.
Okay.
Nah. I got one. You should have seen her when she was 12. She was always running around in the sand when this cat was still, well, not purple. It ran off with one of the townsfolk's fish and she went and chased after it. Chased it right out of town. I had to run after her for just about an hour, shy of it maybe. This little girl, she'll make me run around town for hours and hours. It seems like she gets her energy from nowhere.
Really?
Stronger than a horse and as well as one too. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, I've seen Prickly Pear steal a fish before. I believe it.
Yeah,
You should. This cat, you don't keep your eye on it. It's a little thief. Hey!
Abby looks over to Prickly Pear.
She looks very annoyed.
He's speaking the truth, you know.
I wish I could tell some stories about those times when I could have some sleep. Sounds awfully nice.
Why don't you go in my old room to nap right now?
She kind of looks down at the sandy floor and then back to you. I'm comfortable here. Thank you.
think all these years growing up in the desert, she'd be used to sand, but now that we come back, it's like, nope.
Well, in her defense, you have been gone for a few months.
True. That is true.
It's a lot different than the snow.
How long do you think you're staying?
Not sure yet.
As long as we need to, you know.
Recuperate from all the adventures we've had.
Aye, well, you're always welcome here. My daughter will always have a room, and there is plenty enough space for you.
I'm glad to hear it. Sorry, I'm just thinking thoughts.
Tess just hopes they don't bring out the pictures. No baby pictures before, but still.
God. Man, I wish we wrote more stuff about this, because I could do so much. Oh well.
Well, improvise.
There's... Oh, improvise my ass! These are like fucking stories!
I know, it's fun.
Fuck! Next time when you come here, I'll have something. I know this won't be the only time you meet her parents. So, after a while of conversing, you do start to smell something sweet in the air.
Ooh, smells good.
Aye, it's my wife's specialty. I know you'll love it for a fact, Abby. Don't even think twice.
Oh,
I don't doubt it.
You've had a little bit of it when it was jarred, but you have not lived until you tasted it fresh.
That's a big statement to follow. I look forward to it.
Eventually you see Gretchen come out with these 4 pieces of buttered bread and a jar of this almost soupy jelly. It's almost like a soup, but it's more paste. It's a little bit thinner than mashed potatoes, right? It's like salsa.
Yeah.
But it's jelly. And Gretchen sits next to Hadrig, who are kind of to your guys' right, and they're looking at you. It's kind of like this L-shaped couch, except instead of having the corner piece, there's a table there. And Hadrig and Gretchen are sitting next to each other with their pieces of buttered bread and their bowl of jelly. Aye, it's been pretty slow around here. We've been getting by as you would know. Mining is a very easy job, but I've actually been thinking about becoming a guard.
It's been a while since you've been one, hasn't it?
It has. I miss it. I miss it so. And it looks like they might start needing me here soon.
I remember how cool you looked as a guard when I was a kid.
I wore that armor with pride. I think I still have it back then.
Remember
they
when I
changed
was
the
small
armors
enough to try it on?
nowadays.
Remember when I was small enough to try it on?
Ah, yes. Well, if you stick around, I might be able to sweet talk them in getting your own set of armor.
It's cool, Pa. I have these robes. They're pretty cool, aren't they?
They are nice. I'm not quite sure if I'm buying into the rainbows, though.
I think the rainbows look really nice on her.
Oh, Hadrick, don't be such a prude. The rainbows look fine. You look fine, dear. The rainbows look great.
Thanks, Ma.
Of course. How do you guys enjoy the jelly? Is it wonderful? You guys think it's only okay? It's a little bit pulpy. You can feel the seeds in there. But there are no pines at all. They don't sting back at all.
Tess, of course, loves it.
Of course. Tess, this brings you right back home. However, you have been spoiled Maybe if this was colder, it'd be better.
Nah, that's a different kind.
Alright, alright.
Abby likes it a lot. Maybe not love it, but likes it.
Yeah, Abby, it's definitely a change from your palate, given your usual food. However, this is a very sweet alternative. It's very sweet and very pulpy. And it has a weird sort of tarpy tang to it afterwards.
This is great.
It
Compliments to the chef.
It has that weird fruit aftertaste, but you can't describe what fruit it is. But when you're eating it, it's more of like a berry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I've never actually had prickly pear before, so I wouldn't know what it's like.
I have, but the orange flavor that was mixed into it ruined it, so I need to try it again plain sometime.
Okay, okay.
That orange flavor was horrible. It ruined the whole thing.
Bruh.
Still mad about that.
Oh, Gretchen! Gretchen! I've been meaning to ask you, dear. You can see Hadric puts a hand on her leg. Gretchen, have you been checking the mail lately? Why, of course I have! I check it every morning. What
I
about at
sent
night?
it to the wrong place, didn't I?
I think you might have.
Was it express mail?
It was supposed to get here fast, yes.
Do you think that could have done it? Well, of course not. Well, maybe it could have.
Maybe what could have.
Do you know how the express mail works, dear?
Through some portals? I
That's
saw
right.
someone's later get torn by something.
Yes,
something
it
bit the mail
passes
worker.
through a dimension.
You think it got eaten?
I think so.
Well, that's
It's supposed to be really rare. Consider us lucky.
Well, you guys know what I wanted to tell you now anyway, so.
Alright, I am going to save this clip right here.
So maybe it wasn't my fault. I hope.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that stuff works. That newfangled express system. Back in my day, we had to hand deliver them letters.
Well, it's still done. It's just less expensive than the, express.
And as it should be. I remember when I was a wee lad, I would have to run all across the desert to deliver mail, packages that were twice my size.
And let me guess, with no shoes.
That's right.
That's hard.
Without my shoes, I'd forget them, but then I wouldn't need them. Running past the field of scorpions, kick 'em off like footballs.
And let me guess, they were also the size of a barrel cactus.
Ah, you know it.
Tess has obviously heard this before.
Well, I've never liked wearing shoes myself.
Aye, I see that. Have you ever thought about joining the Pony Express?
I'm good. I like my clerical work.
He kind of sits there, like, contemplating his next words. Like he's trying to sell it to you.
Tess slowly leans forward a bit to his eyesight and shakes her head.
Well, I suppose clerical work has its uses.
I can hear your
But-
daughter.
You see him get elbowed by Gretchen, but she doesn't even look. Hadrian kind of looks over at her, and she kind of gives her a side eye and just, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it there. Tell me more about this clerical work. What's it like?
Well, I go around offering my services to help other people, whether that be healing, dealing with demons, or other creatures that are a threat to others. I'm also a law cleric.
Wow.
So I
What's
can't
that
do any
like?
crimes around them.
And you better
That's
not,
joke.
or I'll catch you and I'll tie you up by your toes.
It was
Go
a
ahead,
joke.
dear. Tell us more about your profession. What's it like? What's the difference between a law cleric and a normal one?
Well, I make sure people aren't breaking the law and all that.
Oh, so you're like a town guard.
Except
We
with
could-
magic.
We could use more of those.
I'm also a healer by trade, too.
Did you
They
take up
taught me
this
a thing
work
or
for
two.
your boyfriend up north, then?
I
I
didn't
didn't
hear
hear
that.
that, Jack.
I didn't either.
He said, did you take up that profession for your boyfriend up north? I assume you would need lots of people to fight crime up there.
Mm.
I heard recently that there was an uprising of bandits and rebels trying to take over the good kingdom.
You know that kingdom was destroyed, right, Pa?
You don't say. That's unfortunate.
Yes, the devil, demon. He,
Jester.
the jester destroyed it. We took care of it, though.
Well, that's wonderful.
Levi's trying to rebuild the town with his friends.
Well,
and of course
that's
his daughter.
good. It sounds like they got a great leader on their hands.
They really do. They really
Yeah,
do.
Levi's a great guy.
He sounds like a hard-working man. One I can respect for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tess gives Abby the silent look of, we never tell them, right?
Abby pats her thigh.
I don't know what that answer means.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, hey, Abby, do you want to see my room real quick?
I would love to.
You see Gretchen and Hadrick look at each other nervously before looking back at you.
You guys didn't do anything with my crystal collection, did you?
I know, dear. We left it just as you did.
Okay.
But could you leave the front door open?
Well, we're not going to be in there long. Just want to show them my stuff.
Of course. That's why you leave the door open.
Abby is blushing a bit.
Tess is
No
forcefully
reason in
ignoring it.
particular.
Oh, of course.
Actually, wouldn't you like the house tour? We haven't shown you around the place yet. You probably
Okay, we
don't
can
know where the bathroom is.
Okay, we can show. You can see my room afterwards, so we don't
Of
take
course,
up the
we'll
time.
save the best for last.
You're gonna love my crystals. They're so cool.
They give you a long, grueling tour of the house, and I say that with heavy quotes, as most of the time is spent outside. They are showing off the farms that are around the area, as well as their own. However,
Ma?
you can't really call it much of a farm, as there's just a single pig.
Abby loves the pig.
Absolutely. They don't really talk as if it has a name yet, but it looks well fed and well taken care of. It's also asleep. You can see it's sleeping, like its rib cage is expanding and it's snoring, like it's asleep.
Of course,
What a
they know
wonderful-
this is a tactic to try to keep them, in sight, so.
Of course, of course. However, you could always use a few more. Showing off this farm, they also show off like a shed out back where he keeps all of his yard working tools. Even though it's a desert and most of them are useless.
Not really, there are plants, remember?
There are some, but like, alright, I don't know much about the desert, I'll admit.
And I do.
Alright. Point is, a lot of them are
Anyway,
brand new because he hasn't touched them yet.
He's lazy.
Hey, you watch your mouth! I'm anything but lazy! I am the
Tess did not
definition
say-
of hard work!
Tess did not say that.
Oh,
That was me. That was me.
fuck. Well, now I'm embarrassed.
There, there.
How do you think I felt?
As he's luring you back to the front door, you can see Diedrich walk by the house, doing his patrols.
Tess gasps. Diedrich!
He kind of stops in like a proper like guard stance as he looks over to you. A smooth, solid turn of the head. This dude is 12 feet tall, and the spear he's holding looks like a fucking javelin in his hands.
Oh man.
Tess, of course, rushes him in a hug.
He kind of gives
Abby
you a
heads over more slowly.
he gives you a half-hearted smile as he pats your back gently, kind of giving you like one of those awkward half-arm hugs. Evening, citizen.
Oh, come on, Diedrich. Drop the guard part for at least a minute.
I'm on patrol.
Yeah, you always use that excuse.
He looks around for the captain before looking back at you. I'm sure I can spare a minute. It's good to see you again.
It's great to see you, too. Oh,
Who's your
Diedrich,
friend?
this is Abby, my partner.
It's a pleasure to meet you. He gives you just a standard, like, extended hand for a handshake. Nothing weird.
Abby shakes it, of course.
You have soft hands. Careful. The desert will keep them dry.
I'll be alright, I'm sure.
And I have some lotion you can borrow if it gets rough.
He looks around again for the guard, then back to you. How long are you gonna be here?
A bit. We don't know the entire thing for sure now, but
Well then. I must get back to my patrol, but I'll be around. We should talk more.
Definitely. I'll catch you up later.
Good, good. It's been a pleasure, Miss Abby.
Yeah, Abby's
Just
no
Abby
gender.
works.
Yeah, Abby's no gender.
Abby. He nods and walks away. It doesn't look like he's embarrassed.
Oh man, I missed him.
After a while of walking about, do you guys go back inside of the house, or?
I'm sure Abby would like to see around the streets and all that.
We do have
They're
a few
gonna
more
be here
friends
for
to
a
meet
while.
anyway.
Yeah, of course. You guys call the house tour quit short, and you guys vouch for exploring the rest of the town. To save up on time, I'm gonna just abridge the rest of this. I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
Aww,
Well,
this is fun.
it is fun. We'll save the actual RP for when you guys come here for real. You don't stop by all the stops, but, give me one more stop you want to go to.
How about the bakery for, the one, Goliath you love so much?
Of course, of course. You stop by your local bakery,
Goro was his name.
I'm trying to think of the name of the place.
Oh, okay.
Anything, come up with a new place.
The Quartz Cafe.
I can come up with something better than that. Hold on.
Sandy Delights.
Come on, brain. It's 3 a.m. You can think of something.
Okay, it is 3 a.m. I didn't even notice the time.
So, anyone hungry?
No, I already ate. I just ate.
I'm not gonna be able to get food though. Roommate's sleeping in the kitchen.
Oh, suck.
Dude, yeah. You know what? The Quartz Cafe does sound nice. I love it. It has a nice ring to it. The Quartz Cafe. Sure. You know exactly what to look for, Tess. As you can see, this small, humble shack. Abby, you walk inside, you see this absolute monster of a Goliath. This dude fucking almost fills up the entire room with just his presence alone. He's practically sitting fetal position to make these fucking snacks. This dude is jacked.
Incredible.
Absolutely buff. The wall behind him is completely gone so that he can get in and out. This dude has to be at least like 15 feet tall, and his muscles are about as big as your head. This dude is an absolute stud, and he could probably fucking punch Levi's eyes out in one punch. And here he is, folding up pie crust.
It'd be funny if he had a cupcake tattoo on his shoulder.
He doesn't have any special tattoos like that, because he doesn't want to cover up his birthmarks.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, Abby, that's another thing you notice. The more Goliaths you see without their shirts on or whatever, because this being the desert, you know, wearing a lot of heavy clothes isn't ideal. The most heavy things you see are dusters that, you know, keep the dust off their pants and shirts, just these leather overcoats.
Abby won't say it out loud, but they're in heaven.
This dude is absolutely massive, but you can see he's got some like powder on his face, just in little patches and spots, as he's very carefully, with just his thumb and index finger, as he's just trying to fold up this normal sized pie. This is like watching Andre the Giant make a fucking pie. Smells like apple. Very fresh.
Smells so good.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, Goro.
Tess, do my eyes deceive me?
He sounds like one of those things from Mass Effect. I can't remember.
I'm up, and I'm heading to the woman's camp. Oh, fuck. I was actually saying this real quick. Hold on. Not the Goliaths.
Wrong one. Wrong one.
Oh. Sounds like
the
them,
Elcor.
too.
The Elcor, not the...
God.
Alright,
Alright,
I
hold
can't
on.
remember the name.
I do want to say this real quick about the Goliaths, because I went on a tangent. All the Goliaths, except for Tess, have these birthmarks. They're just covered in them.
Huh.
It's weird. It almost looks like tattoos.
Tess has no idea why she doesn't have them.
Abby looks at Tess quietly, but thinks nothing of it.
Of course. Yes, you do see, Goro. He looks up to you. Give me just a moment, Tess. I will make you your favorite.
Aw, thanks.
Of course. Anything for a friend.
You're gonna love his food. It is great.
It smells it.
Given how, like, not nimble he is, it takes about 20 minutes to finish up this pie before he can get up and start prepping the other one.
It's fine. It lets us wait and enjoy the smells. Tess realizes we left Aether with my parents.
What's up?
Tess is like, we left Aether with my parents.
I'd assume you took him with you, since he's on a leash connected to you.
Well, we took the leash off when we were inside the house.
Did you?
Well, I didn't say it, but I thought it was assumed.
Oh,
why would
no.
you leave the leash on you?
Say it next time, okay?
My bad.
Alright. Did you want him to stay in the house?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then he is still there.
He's probably causing havoc.
Maybe a little.
I love the idea of that. Just him running around the house, just picking up random things and moving it.
Just slightly
Oh,
to the
little
left.
guy, what are you doing? What are you doing? That doesn't go there. Boom! 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 Put that back! Put that down now! Boom!
He's like, you're not my mom. I don't want to see you.
I love the idea of them chasing around long enough to the point where they lose track of where he is, and he's just hiding under, like, he's hiding around, like, one of the cauldrons where you would cook. There's like a fire pit underneath, and he's just laying in one of the rocks.
Oh, that's hilarious.
God.
Can we make that canon?
God, maybe. I'll think about it. After what feels like an hour or two, Goro finally finishes yours. What would you want? I don't know what your favorite dessert is, other than jelly.
Yeah, it would probably be like...
I feel like she's a cake kind of person.
Yeah, I was thinking cake too.
Like strawberry cake.
Yeah, Tess would love strawberries. I wish I
yeah,
could.
then he makes this nice, like, almost like a ginger cake, where it's like strawberry, and it's a strawberry cake with this white frosting on it. And it's got 2 layers, and it's topped with actual strawberries and sprinkles. It's a very simple cake, enough for you, Abby, and your family.
Girl, you are a miracle worker, I swear.
Of course. Anything for a friend. Where's your little kitty at? And he kind of gestures the empty space next to you with his giant finger.
Of course, Prickly Pear was brought back in the backpack, so... Because I figured she wouldn't want to be left alone with Aether and the parents in chaos.
Oh, alright then.
Oh no, I was talking to you, Jack. I was talking to you, Jack.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Your thoughts?
My thoughts,
I feel like she would have stayed at the house, honestly.
Yeah, she's
yeah, I
probably
feel like
sleeping.
that too. She'd probably be sick of the heat already.
Oh, good one. She's back at my parents' house for now.
Alright then.
I'll bring her over so you can pet her later, though.
Should I get a treat for her too?
Yes, please. If you don't mind.
You see him start digging around for like a special like cooking tray. Has her tastes changed since I last seen her?
Nope, she still loves the same stuff.
Alrighty.
Mainly fish.
He pulls out this baking sheet. It looks like it has a fish mold pounded into it. Now I gotta think, what can cats not eat? I know chocolate kills them.
They can't have onion either.
Or garlic.
Or garlic. Or onion.
They can have peanut butter if they don't have a certain chemical in it.
And they can't have grapes.
And they love gluten. Okay.
They can eat broccoli. But that's not...
Can they have cheese?
Yeah. They shouldn't. Dairy's not good for them. They can have a little bit, but they are lactose intolerant.
Okay. Well, what Goro does is he makes this sort of loaf of, like, bread. Like white bread. And it's shaped like a fish.
Yes.
And covers it in this cream cheese. Just a very thin layer, nothing too bad. And right
God, if it wasn't made for a cat, I would almost want to eat it.
It is edible to people, too, but prickly pear would be ticked if you ate it.
I'm told that it's the best way to start your morning. I wouldn't know. I prefer an omelet.
You think you'd eat sweets more with how much you love to bake them.
You get sick of them after a while. It's more of an art form for me. I just like to look at them. And then he kind of gestures his display case to the right of all the different cakes and pies he's made. Several different various designs and such. He's definitely an artisan of his craft. It doesn't look like it with how big his hands are and how long it takes him to do this.
Your sweets are worth the wait, that's for sure.
I'd like to think so.
Trust me, I've been all over now, and I've tasted some different sweets. Yours still are the top.
I haven't found anyone who disliked them yet. It's getting late. I must close up shop for the night.
Alright, it was nice seeing you, Goro. Thank you for the sweets.
It was delightful. Thank you for stopping by.
Of course. I missed you, buddy.
You can see he kind of crawls out of the bakery before closing what looks like a garage door and locking it. He walks all the way around and holds the door open for the two of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, I gotta do this first. And she hugs him.
He kind of pats your back with his arm, doing that awkward hug thing that Diedrich did. However, when Goro kind of drops his arm down, it's almost long enough to touch the floor, even over Tess.
Oh, come on, Goro. You think you'd be used to my hugs now after all these years?
You know, if I gave you a real hug, you'd be crawling home.
You can control your strength better than you know.
I am. You feel him reach down with his other arm, and he picks you up over his head, and he gives you a hearty shake before he sets you down.
I hate it when you do that.
I should control my strength then, shouldn't I?
You know what I meant.
Abby's chuckling a bit to themselves.
Welcome home, Tess.
It's nice to be back.
He locks the front door before kind of walking away. He drags his arms behind him. He has, given how long he spends hunched over, he has a similar stature of that a gorilla would have.
It's really bad for his back.
It looks it.
I do worry about him, but he gave up. I gave up trying to convince him long ago.
Alright, shall we head back?
He could use a bigger bakery for sure, at the very least.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna head back to your place?
Definitely.
I never got to see your room.
Yeah, I want to show you that and eat this cake, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
I just hope Aether didn't cause any trouble.
Alright.
God.
And back to the house they go.
Indeed.
Alright. And on that, I will go ahead and call it.
Alright.
Boo.
Alright, to briefly recap everything that's happened, you guys interrogated Ophelia and then you killed her. She implied some stuff, if you remember it, that she was working with some other people. But with her taken care of, there's no real major threats going on at the moment. Everything seems to be safe. What?
Except for that one person kidnapped by robots.
Oh, they'll get better. They'll get over it.
Get well soon.
Good luck!
You leave it at the place he was kidnapped. Get well soon.
God. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, there's no major threat as far as you guys understand. And you guys, one way or another, had some form of business back at Pinkunoki. Whatever it may be. Whether it is you're checking up on loved ones, or you are clearing up your name in some way. On your wait for your ship to come by, you can see Tess, Abby, and you see Tess and Abby. They take their own ship off towards the south. Well, they go around the mountains and disappear off that way. And on your way, as you're standing on the sandy shore next to the dock, Zellena, you see a small little crab slowly walking up to you.
Oh no.
You can also hear murmuring. You!
Huh?
Are you Zellena?
Yeah. Hello. I'm Zellena.
It's about damn time I found you!
Oh, how can I help
Alright,
you,
listen
Mr.
here, kid. From now on, I make the rules.
Okay.
Trust me, you're gonna thank me for having me on your ship. I am your leading commander and officer. I have fought in several wars between the shrimps and the crabs alike. I have fought several civil wars against crab unions, and also overthrown several corrupt crab-based governments. You'll be happy to know that I, Lieutenant Corporal Sergeant Matthias III, will be on your side. Unfortunately for me, I will be your familiar. Which means you get to decide my name.
Oh my goodness.
I think you should keep the name. It's so dumb and long. Lieutenant Corporal Sergeant Matthias III.
Hold up, I need hi there, a crabby dude. It's nice to meet you.
That better not be my name.
No.
To describe him, he's just this little red crab. Like, he has no real special qualities about him other than being a tiny red crab. He probably could fit in your palm if you scooped him up. He's about as big as your thumb. He has a booming voice, though.
Can I get him, or can I crouch down on my knees without squishing him to get a little closer to him? So
Of course, you'd actually have to lay on your stomach to really see him.
He's so tiny. Wait, is he as big as my thumbnail?
No, your thumb, your whole thumb.
My whole thumb. Oh my goodness. I get on the ground so I can better see him.
Wow, you're so small for someone who speaks so loud. You must be fun at parties.
Yes, I get that a lot.
I point my finger and
Can I boop your nose?
No.
Okay.
From now on, when you refer to me, you will start and end your sentences with sir. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Very good. Now I see your vessel approaching off in the distance. We must board it hastily. You see a seagull slowly swoop down as it grabs him and swoops him away.
I go after the seagull.
It flies too high for you to grab it. But since it is flying away, oh well, that's. Would you like to try to hit it?
Can I turn into a crane, like the gray crane, and then essentially bap it with my feet to get my Krabby back?
The crane would make you smaller, and those things glide. They don't really fly, so you can't. And it is at this point he is out of staff range, and he goes almost out of view. You can hear the crab screaming off in the distance.
I chase the bird. No, my crab that I haven't given a name yet.
You see Zellena chasing this bird. It is long gone now.
That sucks. The bird.
How'd you like your familiar?
To be fair, I thought I was meeting with Granchio's dad, so I was very prepared to have an emotional trauma.
No, that's a different crab.
That's what I thought too.
I thought I was meeting Granchio's dad on the harbor when I just came back, and I was.
Nah, you guys haven't boarded the ship yet. You're about to.
Oh my goodness,
This was just an exchange you were having beforehand.
Ooh, I know what I want to call him. Captain Kowalski.
Kowalski, of course.
Poor Captain Kowalski was taken by a seagull.
Yes. Alright. You do see your ship board the dock as it drops the bridge down and it starts picking up the people going to Pinkunoki. Plenty of them are monks, and some of them are not monks, and they're leaving the ship.
Am I still chasing the crab?
Are you? That's entirely up to you.
Oh, this is Dungeons and Dragons hard. You know what? He said that he's my familiar. I gotta go rescue him. I need to give him his name.
You can re-summon him if you like.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can... As long as he doesn't die, you can actually call him back to you.
Alright, I hold out my hands close to my chest and I'm like, okay, familiar. I heard something about summoning. Please come back to me, Captain Kowalski.
Normally I'd make you roll a concentration check, but since we're short on time, I'll just skip it. You feel the air in your hands kind of poof, like it expands roughly. And then you hear a very muffled, "Lucifer Duck!"
Hello.
Do you uncover him?
Okay? Yeah, I uncover him. But I keep him shielded just in case there's another seagull that wants to swoop in.
Of course, you kind of hold him close to you as you look down into your hands. It's a little crab. Yeah, you look at him. Well, I gotta say, that was rather crafty work. I'm almost impressed.
That's good. I have thought of a name for you.
I didn't give you permission to speak.
Well, too bad. You're my familiar, sweetheart.
You will respect your commanding officer as such.
I know that you're a commanding officer, but this is very vital, important news, General.
What's your rank?
Well, my rank is familiar commander.
There's a long pause. If he could fucking scowl at you, he would. My
Anyway.
apologies, familiar commander.
That is okay. We have just met and we haven't gotten used to each other's company. But I have decided a name for you, good sir.
You guys can see Zellena talking to this crab, by the way, if you want to join in.
Pet her.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
Apples?
You see Zellena talking to a crab, what do you do?
I think Apples might be busy.
I question it at first, but then I just shake my head like, this is Zellena I'm talking about. This isn't the weirdest thing I've seen her do.
So, I have decided the name for you, good sir.
Oh, goody.
Your name is Captain Kowalski.
Wow, that's surprisingly normal.
Of course. I like alliteration, even though Kowalski is a K and not a C, and Captain starts with a C, but you know, gotta be respectful of our general.
I guess.
Very good.
It would be a very bad first impression if I called you something like Flufferdoodle.
Yes,
that would be good.
It would be a bad impression. Do
And
not
that's why
do
I'm not
that.
doing it. I will not do that. You are not fluffy, nor are you a doodle.
Very good. I think we're going to get along just fine, Commander.
Oh, you could call me Zellena.
I
you want to,
do
of
not
course.
think I can. Back at
Like-
the Union, we had to show respect.
I give his head a little scritch. Oh, we're not at the Union. It's okay. You're my friend now. Gooch, gooch.
Very well then, Zellena. I would still prefer if you called me by my rank.
Yes, what is your rank?
Are you serious?
I'm sorry. I have forgotten. I just killed a necromancer who wants to hurt someone that I know she also wanted to.
How did you kill a necromancer?
Well, somebody stabbed her in the chest.
Oh,
Sword.
that's all?
Yes. I also ransacked the
Well, great job.
Please remind me what your name is again, please. I've just met you, but my memory's not the best.
You just told me my name was Captain Kowalski.
Okay, I thought you had a different name. Or a different rank.
I
besides what I
did.
gave.
Now I don't.
Oh, that's how this works. Okay. Yes, Captain.
Very good. Board the ship. Please.
Okay. Would you like to ride on my shoulder, Captain Kowalski?
Yes. A suitable spot for a captain. Very
Yes, okay.
good.
And I put him on my shoulder.
Yeah, yes you can. You can see this.
We can?
Yeah, you can see it, you can hear it.
Okay.
Can we
I
can we
was just going
understand
along
it?
with I couldn't can I understand it?
Yeah, yes, it is
I was
actually
just
talking.
thinking that I couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, no, I said you could.
My brain
It's okay.
didn't. Yeah.
It's about as big as your thumb.
Yeah, I caught that one.
Okay, this really tiny little red crab with a super deep booming voice, talking like a drill sergeant.
And this whole time,
What was
Reshingu's
his
just
original
like,
name?
Oh god, I
I
don't
just
even
want to
fucking
hear all the
remember.
ranks again.
It was I think it was like Captain Lieutenant Corporal Matthias III.
Okay, Captain, Lieutenant, Corporal, Matthias the Third. Okay.
I'll review the footage again.
Alright.
But yeah, he had a bunch of weird ranks. So I'm assuming you are all boarding the ship now?
Yes.
Alrighty, good. Yeah, so you guys get on the ship, and it sails to Pinkunoki. It takes a few days to get out there. Zellena, in that time you realize that the crab, being your familiar, doesn't actually need to eat. Or, well, it could sleep, and eating would help, but it doesn't really need it. As long as it can exist near you, you're fine. Although I'm sure that wouldn't stop you from feeding it scraps of your food.
Yes.
It's miniature.
Also, what's Meatmorph's reaction to the crabby dude?
At first he didn't seem to notice. He kind of assumed that the loud booming voice was from someone on the dock. But seeing that you are just, like, taking care of this little red crab, he is watching it intently. He's, like, he's waiting for a moment for you to let your guard down around it.
Oh no.
He's gonna eat it.
Meatmorph, we got a friend with us. His name is Captain Kowalski.
I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Oh, is it because of the cross eyes, or is it because he's 7 foot tall?
Is it because of the big dumb face or the big dumb height?
I think it's the big dumb face.
Okay.
Meatmorph kind of just cocks his head at it. Yeah?
Friend, Meatmorph. Not food. Friend.
Food?
No.
Friend. I suppose I should initiate the first motion. You see the crab sort of extend out one of its claws towards Meatmorph. Put her there! Meatmorph kind of looks at it before wrapping his tongue around him and pulling him in his mouth like a frog.
I hope. No, spit him out! Spit him out!
Bad! Drop him!
He spits him out. You can see this partially charred crab missing an arm, kind of like twitching on the ground.
No!
One of his legs are broken. Oh! 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 God!
If I use heal minor wound, would that be enough?
Which one is that?
I think it's the 1 HP one.
Yeah, that'll be enough.
I'm sorry, Reshingu just is staring between the two. He's staring at Meatmorph, then looks at this crab, then back at Meatmorph, and he's just like trying to figure out who he should like be on the side of at this point.
Meatmorph gets down on all fours as he looks at this crab on the floor. He looks like he might try again.
No, I scoop up the crab and I use the healing.
Of course, you scoop up this slimy crab. It smells delicious as you fucking use your fucking magic on it. You kind of cup your hands around him as you kind of give it this faint energy, this faint green glows in the cracks of your hands.
Little kiss.
Before,
It's so bad.
yeah, you kiss him and he tastes just as good as he smells. Yeah, you heal him up though, and his thorny carapace essentially, or not thorny, but his outer carapace seals up where it's been cracked, and his broken legs mend. His arm's still missing, but you know enough about crabs. He'll probably grow it back.
Nah, he'll just get over it.
Yeah, he'll get over it. He'll stop being a little bitch.
Yeah. Got the big voice, he ain't a bitch. Actually, well, he's kind of
God. What are you guys doing on the boat? Zelena's playing with her crab.
I'm just sitting there. I'm vibing.
Hell yeah. This crab's rather entertaining to watch. You pass the
I
time
don't-
by just watching it get bullied by Meat Morph. Reshingu, what about you? What do you do?
I think Rashinga's probably practicing stances and stuff.
Of course, you take your time training and practicing your sort of... You're kind of just like honing your muscle memory and passing the time with actual training.
Yeah.
Trying to keep your mind leveled.
What
Of
if
course,
I
I'm
stab
also getting distracted by this freaking crab and mute.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is after that exchange.
Yeah.
Zellena, for the rest of the ship ride, you spend your time keeping Meat Morph and Captain Kowalski separated.
I could just imagine Zelena going, "No, meet more corner. You did it bad."
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to tell
does
Meatmorph
bad,
right now.
half drown him.
No, I gotta find out a way to discipline my Meatmorph.
Splash him with water.
I get
That
a
would
little
hurt
spray
him
bottle.
bad!
I get
Wait,
him
no,
a
it
little
wouldn't.
spray.
No, it wouldn't.
I give him a little spray bottle like you would a cat.
No,
Do
fire
they-
newts
do
can
they-
swim in water, though. That's right. I forgot.
Bad Newt.
Is there a water bottle on ship that I can use? a
No,
squirt
not
bottle?
one you can immediately see. You'd probably have to find that at a general goods store. After the few days time pass, you guys eventually dock on Sakanamachi. It's a fishing town next to Pinkunoki.
Fish town.
Shut up. This is a very small, simple town. Lots of fishing areas, lots of farms. And you actually do see, Zellena, you do see a local tea shop here.
Oh.
I
Um,
remember here.
I decide to go up to the tea shop with Captain Kowalski.
Okay. And, for the two samurais, where do you go?
To the ruined city.
Of course. Reshingu, it would probably be wise to report to the new leader to get your name cleared so no one kills you when you're in the town. However,
Yeah,
if
that's
there's...
exactly what I was thinking of doing.
If there is anything else you would like to do beforehand or afterwards, let me know.
Yeah, I want to do that first.
Alrighty. Apples, would you like to go with them?
Probably should.
Yeah, alright. Alright. Yeah, so, since we spent a lot of time with Zellena in the opening bit, we're gonna stick with you guys now. You guys walk through the woods, and being native here, you know what sort of stuff lives in the woods. Apart from the Venera, there's also Oni that
My
tend
uncle.
to... What's up?
My uncle.
Oh, yeah, yeah. How's he doing? How is he these days? I hear cabin fever makes you all crabby.
I hear he has Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope he gets
It's
better.
very- Get well soon.
Yeah.
Man with Alzheimer's forgets he has Alzheimer's, remembers everything.
God, I wish it was that easy.
Mr. Monkey Man.
Yeah. Apart from the Venera that lives in the woods, you also are very knowledgeable about the Crab Man and the Oni that also live there. They usually stay off the path though, and in this case, they do. Eventually, you can see the town off in the distance. There's a faint smell of rot. Like, dead meat just in the air.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Reshingu, this would probably be your first time coming here since the events of the Kravavost.
Yeah.
Garanchio told you a little bit about it. A sort of infectious meat that would latch onto people's bodies and control them. It was like it was much like a parasite. But a group of people came in and they took care of it. Eventually, you come back into town. You see a lot of the buildings are in the process of being rebuilt, and the towers of meat that used to stretch up to the clouds are now shriveled up. They're about as big as a tree now, and they're very thin.
Damn.
Instead of being that
Damn.
bright, pulpy red, they're more of like a deep brown, almost like a tan.
Oh, that's saddening.
Yeah.
Eat
Oh no,
tower.
they're the meat towers, not the actual trees.
Oh, okay. Well then, frick
I'm
those
gonna-
meat towers. Then they deserved it.
I'm gonna look over at Reshingu and say, at least there's no more screaming.
Yeah.
I wonder if the woman who stepped on me is still in the fucking mountain.
Oh my.
She died.
Yes, I'm aware.
Alright, so, I'm assuming that's as far as that conversation's going, right? Alright, then, after that, unless you guys find something else to talk about, there's a long silence before you get to the open gate again. Well, no, it'd normally be closed, so in this case it is shut. However, the gate opens for you guys.
We should probably go to the temple.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. He takes a deep breath.
Oh.
You worried or something?
Of course I am.
Why is that?
I'll leave that to myself for now.
As you guys walk through the town, it's pretty much a straight shot from the front gates to the actual temple. It's about like a good 5-10 minutes of walking before you get there. Along that walk, you can see many of the builders working on the places, and some of them either share admirable nods to apples, or very spiteful glares to Reshingu. There's a weird mix of both. The atmosphere is thick and tense as you guys walk through it. And it feels as though it's only getting thicker as you get to the temple.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about that.
Eventually you guys get to the front doors. Do you step in?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hesitantly,
I'm
but
not
yes.
gonna just sit there looking at it.
Hesitantly, but yes.
I have to ask. I don't know if one day you decide you are gonna stare at it.
I've done it before.
I mean,
know.
apples. You're apples. What are we supposed to expect?
we said
Apples.
outside of a.
You're
like,
apples playing Ash. What are we supposed to expect?
God.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys step inside. And you do see some people are cleaning up the floor. Either mopping up the bits of blood that's still in it, or whatever. You can see there's mad cats kind of, like, dead in the corner. Either died to their extended lifespan, or they've been chopped up, like cut their heads off and stuff. They are considered a pest here.
Oh.
No, not the mad cats.
I wonder if that drunken, like, wizard guy is still here.
Probably.
This cat, Ryoichi.
Would you like to look for him after this?
Yes.
Alrighty, I'll leave that to you then. But for now, you guys turn right and you go up the flight of stairs to the top to meet the leader. Do you remember her name?
No.
I'll be honest, nope.
Oh, fucking damn it.
God. There you go. Her name is God.
Her name is God.
I'm going
God
to fucking
is a
strangle
woman.
myself.
I forgot how it goes.
I think it was like Kira Byakuten or something.
Probably.
Sounds like it. Probably.
Pin messages. Tell you what, it is now. Kira Byakuten. Pin that. Thank you, Apples. Alright, so, you guys are standing outside what would normally be a court where the three emperors would judge you. But with them either arrested or dead, there is now a new leader. Reshingu, you haven't met her yet. But as you step inside, you can see this woman under Lion Clan. This would be the first time you've seen a Lion Clan member. Even in your time of being around. How old are you?
100.
In your 100 years of living, you have never seen a member of Lion Clan before. You've heard stories about them in history books, but at this point you weren't sure if they were even true, if they even existed. They seemed like a fairy tale, and now yet here she is. She looks like a master shogun over all of the Lion Clan, and they are regarded to be the leader of all clans. And as she sees the two of you approach, she almost stares at you in disgust. And then you hear her speak up. Ashley. Ashley. Is there a reason why you've brought this Raph into the temple?
Well, they're not bad, okay? They helped me kill a necromancer.
Oh, have they?
Yes.
She stands up and steps down from the stands. Your name?
Reshingu.
Reshingu, Scorpion Clan. Are you aware of the crimes that your family has committed?
Oh, I am very aware.
Treachery. Murder, under several accounts and degrees. Burglary, under several accounts and degrees. Terrorism. And conspiring against the Senate. I have every right to kill you where you stand right now. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand that.
You're very brave for coming here, despite knowing the consequences. That alone is the only thing that's convinced me that you actually do want to be welcomed back. However, good faith alone is not going to let you in. She steps away from you. Her hands are off her sword. They're more crossed around her chest, and she crosses her arms and kind of looks at you. You need to prove that you should be welcomed back. Scorpion Clan is an exiled clan. They have no right or reason to be seen. Ever. Do you still wish to wear your colors of Scorpion Clan?
I am heavily against what my family has done.
Of course. But do you still consider yourself a member of Scorpion Clan?
Oh, why am I nervous?
It's a Master Shogun. Several ranks higher than your own.
Role
And she is
play.
debating
Really
whether or not
God.
your fucking loyalty is worth it.
Ah!
Take a deep breath. You got this.
Literally, my heart just stopped as soon as she said that. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Breathe in and stop breathing.
Yes, hold your breath. Do not let it go.
She might take it from you.
Reshingu, what family do you represent?
I cannot deny that I was born from the Scorpion Clan.
She closes her eyes and she nods. Very well. You will be the one who will cleanse them. In order for you to be welcomed back, you must destroy the Scorpion Clan and start it over anew. I'm going to pull all the bounties off on your family. Any member of Scorpion Clan is still exiled from here, except for you. And in return, you will be the one to kill them. All of them. Ashley, you may as well if they prove to be a problem for you. But I want Reshingu to do it. Prove your loyalty by killing the leaders. Prove your loyalty. Shut up! Fuck you! It's late. I'm tired too. Alright. Prove your loyalty by killing the traitors of our country. The traitors of your family. And then, when you are the only one that is left, start it anew. Do you think you can do this? Do you think you can kill the brothers and sisters of Scorpion Clan that used to fight with you?
He hesitates before slowly nodding, whatever it takes.
She kind of looks up at, kind of tilting her head back, kind of look down at her nose to you. She crosses her arms. There's a long silence before she accepts it. Good. Then that will be your mission. Return to me when everyone has been dealt with. You may leave the Ronins if they are no problem to you. But anyone that is an equal or greater rank to your own, they must fall by your blade. Do you understand?
Yep.
Very good. Consider that your number one priority. And upon completion, you will be welcome back. I do hope you understand. They are not only war criminals of your country, our country, but they are the enemy of the good people that live here as well. Plenty of innocent women, men, and children. Ah! Fucking damn it! Bug flew in my mouth. Plenty of innocent men, women, and children have died here to their actions. However, I'm sure you will see that soon. I suppose I should give you something to show that you are one of us now. She thinks on it more. And then she hands you a cloth. It bears the symbol of Lion Clan on it. Tie this around your tasset. And then you will be welcomed here as a personal friend of Lion Clan. This should help ward off any of the other samurai that are hunting down your clan. I can't magically tell them all with my mind that you are not to be killed, so hopefully this will be enough for them to trust that you are trying to be one of us. I wish you luck on your hunt. I don't think did I describe how she looks?
No.
Alright, my apologies. She is 7 feet tall. I think she was tall, right?
Yeah.
She was 7 feet tall. And her colors that she's wearing are a mix of grays, browns, and oranges. She has this sort of like pleated like armor for her chest and for her tasset going around her legs. However, she doesn't have anything that covers her shoulders or her feet. It's just, you know, standard wear with light armor on it. And her hair is mixed up with this large feathery headdress that almost makes it look like a lion herself. And she has this face paint of like blacks and browns that help highlight her eyes and her mouth. Much like your own face paint. But it has these 3 lines on her chin rather than more tribal stuff that you have, almost. I probably shouldn't call it tribal. Of course she has her 2 swords on her hip. Almost all of her armor is gray with just orange and brown highlights, whether it be the threads that tie it together, or just like the edges of the pleated marks. And she walks with this confident stature. She's a very strong, large woman. And when she dismisses you, she gives you a bow. Do you reciprocate the respect?
Of course.
Me
Wonderful.
too.
Good, good. Ashley, is there any other business you needed, or did you want to just bring him up here?
I just wanted to bring him.
Alright. Well,
Good
you
luck
as well
with your
may go.
ruling.
Thank you, thank you. She smiles. And on that, do you guys leave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful, of course. You guys
I
walk
seem
out.
to really want to get out of there.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh,
You've never been put in a more stressful situation than that before.
Having basic common empathy, I can sense that.
Me, an empath, can detect that you are afraid of me.
Me, an empath, sensing that you want to leave because the scary god woman is scary.
It's not the fact that she's a scary god woman, it's the fact that
she
that
could
was a
kill you in
life or
0.5
death
seconds.
situation!
Yes.
It's the fact that she can
I
kill
say
you in
one
0.5
wrong thing and
seconds.
off with my head!
Absolutely.
She does not care about you.
Literal lion.
But me? I'm hot.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Honestly, if it came down to it, she would have ordered apples to kill you.
Yeah.
Alright, real quick, I gotta save this clip.
Hi, Jack.
Hi,
Hello.
Crazy.
Alrighty.
Oh, I didn't know, Apples, I didn't know your name was Jack now.
Of course it is.
Yeah, didn't you check the group chat? We're all Jack.
I mean,
Except for
I
Sarah,
mean, I
she's
am
quack.
Jack Roush.
Jack, who this?
I'm Jack Roush.
Apples is Jack Rush.
I'm Jack Rush. Alright, shut up. So,
No.
is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I want to go see my childhood best friend.
What's up, Crazy?
So, Yoon has to kill level 9 and higher samurais of the Scorpion clan?
The level doesn't actually matter. It's the samurai rank.
It's the armor they're wearing.
Yeah, you can tell by their armor.
Ah,
Basically, anyone that's like a Ronin or like a tier 1 samurai, they can let go if he really wants to, if he really doesn't want to kill them, or if he really just doesn't want to waste his time or energy, he can let them go. It's the ones that kind of command a battlefield or actually have like a proper stature and stuff. Here, hold on. I think I have the ranks ready here. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Samurai ranks. Okay. Yoon, what is your rank?
Technically a Ronin.
A Ronin?
Should we boost that a bit?
What's the name of your armor?
You said you were at war before, right?
Yes.
Then I will say you can be an Ashigaru.
And what?
Yo, that's what I am.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ashigaru.
A-S... what?
H-I.
Yep.
G-A-R-U.
Okay. Killing everyone below that. You're killing everyone above that rank.
Alright. So the ranks that you should be looking out for... The ranks that you need to look out for are the Kachi and the Kishi. They are equal ranks to each other. You still listening?
Yes, sorry.
It's okay. So the Kishi and the Kachi, they're equal to each other. Kishi are horse-mounted cavalry, and Kachi are the non-mounted samurai. And then the Kumigashiri, they are lieutenants. Then you got the Bugyo, I think that's how it's pronounced. They are a title assigned to a high-ranking samurai official, rather than like a commissioner or a magistrate, usually during the term of office. And then you got the Monogashira, sorry. They're captains, usually put in charge of fighting units, such as spearmen, archers, or gunners. So they usually lead groups of people. Then you got the Taisho, your generals. And then the Gokenin, they are housemen. Basically, these are like diplomats and stuff. Then you got the Hatamoto. the bannermen and the leaders. They're basically the front line. They kind of run the show there. They're usually like the left or right hands of the shoguns. They're kind of like their squires or whatever.
Squire.
Except a little bit more respected. The daimyo, they are a high-ranking samurai landowner or a clan leader with an income over 10,000 koku. After a battle of Sekigahara, and during the Edo period, there were about 200 of them. Okay, so those are pretty rare. They're ranked according to their income and categorized into Shinpan, Fudai, and Tozama. The Fudai were allowed government positions, whereas the Tozama were not. Okay. So, they were pretty much high-ranking officials in towns. They're kind of like the Gokenin, but they're, you know, more for the streets rather than the actual office.
Right.
And then lastly, you got your shoguns. They are the most powerful of the samurai. They have the highest of the ranks. So.
They're kind of hard to kill.
Yeah. The ones you won't really have to worry about are the kimono, the ronin, and just various ninjas. Most ninjas are, unicorn clan. However, there are some that are specialized to other clans. The kimono, they're just light armored like samurais. They're kind of often teachers. And then the ronin, those are disgraced masterless samurais, either because their teacher died, or they just suck at being a samurai.
Or they get kicked out.
Yeah, or they get kicked out. Yeah. So yeah, you feel good with all the information I just spewed out to you?
Yes.
Good. It's in the logs in case you forget. Don't worry. So, is there anything you would like to do while you're still in Pinkunoki?
I would like
Nothing
to
I
show
can
him
think
the
of.
mountain.
Of course. So, Yoon, would you like to join Apples to the mountain?
Sure. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Better to do.
Yeah, there's a big-ass mountain behind the whole, like, city here. We're gonna go back to Sarah. She's been waiting so patiently.
Yes, she
What?
has.
Sarah,
Yeah?
you are in this tea shop. You enter this place past the, oh god, I forgot the term. It's these, the towels that cover the entrance. They're supposed to ward off spirits. Doesn't matter. You walk past them, and you can see it's not really full here. It's kind of afternoon hours. Most people are off to work. But there is some business here, and there are people here who can help you take your order.
Awesome. I take it that I have a little meat morph and a crabby with
That's
me?
right. Meatmorph is doing his best to keep his eyes on your crab.
I go up to the front
Of
to
course.
get order. I'm tired, it's hard for me to concentrate, I'm sorry. Hello there.
You get the attention of this, older man, and his eyes look like they're just perpetually shut with just how many wrinkles are on his face. When you call out to him, he kind of just looks up to you. And then he speaks in almost perfect fluent Elven. What do you want, devil? We don't have time for games. Or outsiders.
Devil!
I would like to have I would like to have a cup of tea, please.
What kind?
Black tea, please. Oolong.
He kind of tilts his head up. Huh. Of course. Coming right up. He was almost shocked by your request. Of course, he begins to prepare it.
Can I try to? Am I able to see him prepare it?
Yeah, he has like a little oven behind where he boils the water, and then he would dump it out in a cup, and then he would chop up some actual herbs and leaves and stuff, and starts preparing it for you.
That's great.
I'm gonna ask a few questions because I'm intrigued.
Of course.
Wow, you have quite a way of dicing up the leaves, or the oolong.
Thank you.
You must be an excellent expert. I can't wait to try this cup of tea.
Yes, I've been doing this for a long time. This is not a common order for tea.
Oh. I haven't really had anyone else's tea. I sometimes make tea myself, and this is what I get.
A strange start for a beginner.
Oh.
Almost impressive that you started out with such a niche taste.
Niche?
Yes.
I cocked my head to
Unknown.
the side.
Usually people order other different types of teas, such as herbal or green. Green has been especially common for those local here. It's supposedly supposed to help with the spirit, as well as PTSD and nightmares.
Oh.
Yellow tea.
Wait, so what does oolong tea do? If the green tea helps with nightmares, what does oolong tea do?
Oh, you fucking asshole. Give me a minute.
No, wait, I have an idea. I'll look it up and I'll share the information.
Oh no,
And you're right.
you asked
Color
me. No.
is oolong.
Black. They said black tea.
Oh.
Oolong tea.
I'm sorry. I was on mute, but when you
Ow.
said the whole thing about the PTSD and nightmares, all I did was reshingu.
Damn, looks like you need some of that good green healing tea. Good green.
Okay, I got a good way to play it. Oolong tea is usually requested by older people. They say it helps with their bones, helps them rest. It's supposed to strengthen the weak, in a sense.
Oh right.
So
it boosts metabolism. So that means that they can eat more? Wait, what's metabolism again?
he kind of smirks to himself while you get lost in thought. So I just looked it up, and it says oolong tea helps out a lot with blood pressure. So it's heart tea. It says that people who drink it regularly have a 46% chance to lower, or it's a 46% lower risk. You know, like that's away from their chance of getting like heart attacks and shit.
Well, that's
Reshingu.
good. Imagine getting a heart attack, fucking old ass bitch, fucking 100 years old, fucking head out.
God.
100 ain't even that old in Elven years.
Ratio plus you fell off.
Yeah, honestly.
Eventually he does finish the tea. And he sets the small cup in front of you. And then he bows.
I do a bow as well. Thank you so much.
He kind of almost snuffles his nose like a fucking rabbit.
Is that the word for it? Like twitch nose?
Or ruffles, yeah. It's a twitch. It's a ruffle. There's words for it, sure. He almost looks... He's intrigued and annoyed. He sees that you care about the culture, and you want to know more, and you really want to respect it. But, given his facial expressions, you also get the idea that you're doing something wrong.
Have you paid him yet?
Oh, yes, what is the price, good sir?
3 silver.
Okay. I give him 4 silver.
I said 3.
But you have expertise, so I want to give a little bit more to pay for the experience, sir.
You are very kind. And he scoops up the coin. You swear, you can almost see a smile on his face. He definitely seems like a master of his trade for certain.
Oh no, your mic.
Not mine.
Or your headphones.
Not mine.
Okay.
Zelena's too sweet for this.
Zelena's
are
as
you
sweet as
literally
cotton candy
die
that
from
she's
being
gonna
too
rot your
kind.
teeth.
are you just ordering tea, or is there anything else you would like to do?
Oh. Good sir.
Hmm?
Might I ask what you would recommend as a food or a pastry to go along with this tea?
I wouldn't.
Alright then. I will have the tea. Also, I'm not used to being in such polite, tea-loving company. People where I come from don't really care for tea, so I might not be well versed in the proper tea etiquette. And I don't want to make you
don't
uncomfortable.
need to tell me this. All of this was obvious the moment you walked through the door.
I apologize.
No need.
Is
You genuinely seem to care.
Thank you.
How long have
take
you
a
been making tea?
About 10 years. I didn't really care for making tea until an accident happened. And I made tea to cope with it. And I like drinking tea. It reminds me of a happier place before the accident.
Would this be a profession you would like to live by?
And as a matter of fact, sir, one of my wishes was to open a tea shop in a place that has pink flowers. Or pink flora. So I would love to have some kind of experience with tea.
He looks out the window at the pink trees, and then back to you. Well, I wish you luck on finding a mentor.
Thank you,
And he
good
smiles.
sir. Oh. Well, I do see you have a pretty craftsmanship about you. And I would be honored to learn such crafting skills from you, sir.
How long will you be in Pinkunoki?
Well, I don't have any plans to go anywhere until about... I checked my invitation that I got for Halloween. 3 months?
Actually, he didn't send an invitation yet, so...
Oh. Okay, she'd be like...
I guess he wouldn't have a finite day on it.
Finite day, okay. Zellena would say then...
I guess if you're looking for lore, I guess you'd kind of wait till like you are needed again, unless you know you want to visit your friends or whatever.
Ooh, I have an idea.
I guess it would be kind of assumed that you know this would probably be a good place to rest.
I have an idea. I came back to Pinkunoki with my friends, mainly because I needed to do something for a friend that passed. And it's a very beautiful place. Pink is my favorite color. And at the moment of time, there doesn't seem to be any urgent matters outside of the city, so I might stay here for a bit.
I am sorry to hear about your friend. I would be delighted to train you.
Thank you so much, sir. Allow me to taste this delicious tea.
Yes, yes. It's about time you drink it.
Right, tea tastes different whenever it cools down than when it first heats up. Nobody can tell me different.
And on that, I will part ways with you and back to Apples and Reshingu. You guys are heading towards the mountain, correct? Apples and Reshingu?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I'm waiting for
Alright.
Apples to respond too.
Yeah, I am also waiting for Apples to respond. Apples?
Hey, yo, applesauce.
I want to go ahead and save this clip. So, Apples and Ash and Reshingu, you guys are heading to the mountain. Is there anything you're specifically looking out for? Is there any purpose here?
I want to find the hole.
Of course.
That lady died.
You and Reshingu, you guys walk up the long mountain, the long path to the top. And the things that have died here have long since rotted to bone. The smell of rot has passed. You make it to the top, and you can see the blood has dried into the mouth of this crater at the top of the mountain. And the body is gone. You did see a lot of...
there?
What?
Are the bones there?
No. However, you did see a lot of Unicorn Clan when you left the area.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very possible that they collected her body.
That's true. Okay.
I guess ultimately you wouldn't know what happened, but it would be a safe assumption.
Yeah. I'm going to, what the fuck is your character?
A samurai, I think.
Reshingu. I'm going to look at Reshingu, point at the hole, and say, I murdered someone in that.
Good for you? I'm sorry.
So you know, like,
I
the
just wanna
stench of
say
rotting
this.
meat?
Reshigu is probably like that one, like, older friend that everyone has that kinda wants to get along with the trends but just can't.
Right. You're just a little bit behind with the times, and you think this is just fucking kid shit.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, good for you, I guess.
I like
So you
that.
know that smell of rotting meat?
Okay,
That's the reason why it smells like rotting meat and not fresh meat trying to attack you.
yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Yes.
You can ask the god lady if you really want.
No, I do not want to talk to that god lady right now.
So,
There's a guy with a shotgun here.
What?
What?
Yeah, isn't it a shotgun?
Oh, are you talking about Eto? No, that's a rifle.
Oh, it's a rifle. Oh.
Okay. Reshingo, you would know Eto. He was one of the teachers. He was a marksman for Crane Clan. He specialized in firearms training, as well as also training for the mannerisms of Crane Clan. Also, I would also like to iterate that there are other multiple teachers and stuff for all the clans. There's a lot of samurais that need to be trained, and putting that all in one teacher is too cumbersome.
That makes sense. Reshingu, do you know an Eto?
Reshingu, you've been asked a question.
I didn't hear it, I apologize.
Oh, do you know Eto?
Oh, I think it... Why did I say I think? Yes.
You wanna go see him?
Sure, why not?
Alright, back down the mountain!
Ah!
You just look over to the mountain and you see both Reshingu and Apples rolling down.
God. Yeah, Apples, you just gleefully jogging down while Reshingu just pinches their brow. Fine, down the mountain.
Down the mountain. We just went up the mountain.
Alright. It's a bit of a jog, but you make it to, Eto's...
Like Aeon
What's up?
did. They're gonna do it like Aeon did.
Just bouncing down the mountain.
Are there craters of where...
I'm sorry, anytime I hear someone talking about rolling down a mountain, I think back to my childhood of, like, in, like, elementary school. We had this giant, like, hill that I would just run up it, and then just roll down it, not caring how dirty I got.
Yeah, oh, that's always fun.
Are there craters
I
of
still
where,
do it.
Do you remember where he was knocked off?
the side of the mountain?
Right, but which side? Like, which part
like,
of it?
It was the side that, like, we climbed up the first time.
Get your D20 and roll spot check. That is gonna be a spot check.
I know. I'm currently finding it.
Take your time.
Thank you.
This is why I have many guns.
I found it.
Alrighty. Roll it up.
A 19.
19. Takes a minute, but you actually notice some rhythmic craters going down the mountain. And you remember when he was a big, hardy stone boy, he was roughly about that size. And the longer you look at it, the more sense it makes. Yeah, this would have to be that. And suddenly there's a slightly smaller crater that seems to end the bounces halfway down the mountain.
You see these craters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's our big rock friend.
Oh, you mean the big rock guy?
Yeah, the big guy. He used to actually be a boulder.
Yeah. Wait, rock guy? I thought he was metal.
He used to be a boulder.
I'm not even going to question how that
That's
happened,
why
but
look at them. Look at the craters.
I'm looking at them.
The
You
craters
think a
are
big metal
roughly
man would
about
make
like
circles?
the craters are roughly about like 8 feet in diameter.
Jesus Christ.
And they look each about like 2 feet deep.
He got sent off this mountain.
Hey Apples, I wanted to ask real quick, not to control your character, but didn't you want to meet like one of your old childhood friends here?
Yeah, he's at Eto. No, she's at Eto's.
Okay, do you remember her name?
He's taking care of her. Uh, no. I can probably find it though.
Alright, go ahead and find it real quick.
Alright, let's look through the pins. Pinned messages.
Was it like Yuki?
It was. Where is that?
It's not on there.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's safe to assume that Yuki will be with Eto. So, are you just gonna take Reshingu everywhere?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Reshingu hasn't gone against it.
I did have a slight plan, but I don't know if it'll work.
Well, if there's something you want to do, you can go ahead and do it.
Because it's based on backstory.
Would you like to send it to me in a message?
Yes.
Of course.
Sorry. I'm such a slow typer. I need to stop chicken packing. Go. No.
Go ahead.
There.
Keep going. Don't let me stop you.
I'm done. I did it. I did it.
And where would that be exactly?
Shoot. I'd have to look back at it. Get out of my head, dude. Oh my god, that was so far away. Ooh, I never said it. Frick. I don't have a spot though.
Would it be in your home? Would it be outside?
I think it would be somewhere around the house.
Do you think she was kidnapped and took off into the woods?
Yes, exactly. That was my main.
Cool. We'll do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sure that you can come up with a good excuse by the time you get to Eto?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you guys spend your time walking down to Eto's, sort of restaurant. That's roughly a 20-minute walk. Probably a little bit more since you're going down a mountain and back into town. Zellena,
Yes.
you have finished your tea. Is there anything else you would like to do here?
I asked the good sir what his name was. What's your name, good sir? The tea maker.
Give me a minute. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Fuck you! That's my name!
Wow, nice to meet you, fuck you.
Hello, Mr. Fuck You.
Hello, Mr. Fuck You. It's very nice to meet you. You know, your parents must not like you if they chose to name you that.
No, and I don't like them either. Shut the fuck up!
What's his parents' name?
Is something going on at home? Do we need to call CPS?
I knew you would have a name for him, and as soon as it was asked, I fucking started laughing.
Hey Jack, do
What's
you
up?
ever have names prepared?
When they matter.
Oh, but not tea shop guys.
No. I assumed that Zellena was going to do that during the 3 months, and not right away.
Oh.
Oh well, it was a good...
fair to ask your mentor their name.
Yeah, I didn't think they would enlist right away. Alright, so... He smiles. You first.
Of course. My name is Zellena.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Zellena. My name, to you, will be Sensei Mizu.
Sensei Mizu.
To others it is Hano Mizu.
Yes, Sensei Mizu.
Good. If you are serious about our mentorship, you will return here tomorrow morning. And when I say morning, I mean you must wake up before the sun.
Okay. I will wake up before the sun.
Will you?
And I will arrive here. It's very important to actually arrive here, not just wake up before the sun.
Good. Good. I look forward to this. And he gives you a soft smile.
Thank you again, sir. And thank you for the tea. It was most delicious.
Thank you for the chat. It's nice to see that the young folks still enjoy tea. He gives you a soft smile before continuing to clean his stands and his cups. So, what do you do now, Zellena?
I go to Granchio's house.
Of course. You remember it's a fairly easy path to take. It's just follow the river and then eventually you'll run into it. So you get to Pinkunoki and you follow the river. That is a very long walk though, because you have to exit one town and enter another. So we're gonna go back to Ash and Reshingu.
Okay.
Ash, you still there?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Eventually you guys make it to Eto's shop, and you can smell the food in there. It smells like home. The sweet fish scent is in the air. It almost smells like candied fish.
I knock on the door.
What door? It's the towels.
Yes.
Reshingu, you see Ash walk up to these towels, and she goes to knock on it, but her hand just kind of moves it. It's like trying to knock on a piece of paper that's in the air, but like when you push on it, it just flexes out of the way.
No, it doesn't. Wait. No, it doesn't.
Well, she's just pushing on it.
Ah, this is just good. Like a cat messing with a piece of yarn.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Do you do anything else?
I just facepalm at this whole scenario. Just.
Ash, do you do anything else?
I walk through the door and say hello.
Of course, you enter, and thankfully no one seemed to notice except for Reshingu. Everyone's either busy in conversation with each other or focused on their meals. However, actually, someone did notice. It's Eto, and he's giving you a weird fucking look from behind a stand.
Fuck! What was that?
It looks like he's almost anticipating you walking up to him.
Well, that's crazy, because I'm going to walk up to him.
Yeah, you can see he's slowly getting more and more annoyed with every step you take before you actually get up in front of him.
Hi, Eto.
Hold on, let me remember his voice. Hello, Ashley.
How's it going?
He looks around the shop, and then he smiles. Better.
I'm glad.
I suppose I should thank you for the help.
You're welcome. How's my friend doing?
She's well. She actually went out to forage for some more. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. She actually just left not long ago. You can probably still catch her if you're quick. It looked like she was heading to the forest.
Okay. Thank you for taking care of her.
Of course. I haven't been able to find anyone to restore her arm. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. It's fine.
As long as you don't bring it up, I'm sure she'll be happy to see you.
Yeah.
And then he looks over to Reshingu. Brave for you to come back here, Scorpion Clan.
Not the first one to say that.
Yeah, I suppose not. A lot of people have a lot of sour opinions about your family. However, if you manage to walk through the front gate without getting yourself killed, then surely you're not as bad as the rest of them.
I'd hope so.
Yes, so would I. I would not want to have to deal with that again. And he almost looks at you with a very concerned look. It's almost like he's asking if you're going to be a problem or not, but he isn't going to say it directly. It's a very passive-aggressive glare.
I can sense that this is happening.
Oh my god.
Me and Empath sensing that this is happening.
To describe him more, he's wearing this blue gi with the symbol of a crane on his upper breast, and he has this white shirt underneath it. The sleeves are torn off. You can see he has a rifle laying against the counter, kind of off in the back. It's in view, but you couldn't reach it if you were to jump over and grab it. He has very short hair. It's not quite long enough to tie in a ponytail. It's very straight. It's very straight. And he is also missing a hand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want or need here? Or were you just checking on your friend?
I'm just checking on my friend, really.
Well, I'm sure if you wait long enough, she'll be back soon.
I can hope.
He
I'm
chuckles.
also here to help clear up his name.
A noble goal. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
Just remember there's no shame in picking yourself first. I would hate to see him bring you down as well.
We already talked to the god lady.
What?
The Empress?
Oh,
The Shogun.
yes,
God.
yes. Why did you call her a god?
Yeah.
Ignore her. Anyways, we talked to the Shogun, and apparently, to prove my name, I have to go after my family.
Ooh. I don't think I could do that.
Well, if it's to prove my name, I'll do whatever it takes. Because I am not like my family.
Understandable. I wish you the best. Good luck on your endeavors, Reshingu.
Thank you.
Reshingu, that's right. I wish you the best, Reshingu. Sounds like he's trying to remember your name.
Do you guys know each other?
I'm sure I would have heard of him. His name sounds familiar, and I've sworn I've seen his face around, but we've never personally talked.
Ah.
Can you stop that? Not you guys.
Right. Well, if that's all you need, then I must really be getting back to work. Ashley, you are free to stay as long as you need.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second.
One.
Oh no, take
Okay,
your
we're
time.
good now. Okay, we're good now.
Alrighty.
Are we?
So,
No.
Do we have a
Reshingu, are
problem?
you gonna stay in the shop?
No.
Alright.
I'm gonna get going.
At this time, you take your chance to leave. As, Eto, he moves on to start serving other people around the shop. Ash, you take a seat and you just wait for your friend to come back. Zellena, you make it to town and you start following the river down. You enter the woods, and yeah, it's not as bad now that you know the path. It would definitely suck if you were lost, but after enough walking, you eventually see that same little hut that they were living in. This crab-made home.
take a deep breath. This is gonna be painful. I must be done. I walk up to the house.
Meatmorph puts a hand on your shoulder. And he smiles.
Hopefully not the shoulder with the crab.
Give me a second. Highs or lows?
Oh.
I
Hi.
go odds.
17 high. He grabs your not crab shoulder.
Surprised.
And he smiles. Him, an empath, detecting that you are stressed.
I'm sorry, Meatmorph is basically just Zelena's service animal at this point.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he is. His whole purpose is that he's her bodyguard. And he's supposed to help her whenever she needs it.
Good boy.
Oh, he's my emotional support newt. And I love him so much. I put my hand on his hand. Thank you, Meatmorph.
Yeah. You approach the cabin, this little hut, this crack shack of a home. You approach it. Front door, back door?
Front door.
Of course. You walk through the front door. And, do you knock or do you enter?
I knock.
You knock and then you hear, "Just a second." And you wait about 15 minutes before you start hearing the knob get fiddled with.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm okay with that.
Do you knock again?
I wait. I hear the knock.
I'm gonna roll a perform check to see if he can even open the door. Holy shit. Okay. Eventually, you can hear the doorknob twist as the doors start to sway ajar, and it hits the wall. And then you hear something drop behind the wall. Oh! Oh, good heavens. And then eventually you hear something flip over and skitter sideways around the door before it twists and faces you. Oh, yes. You are that, young lady I remember.
Yes. My name is Zellena.
Come in, come in.
Thank you.
Honey, we have a guest! And he very, very slowly begins to walk into the house to lead you to the guest table.
Oh, man. Oh, no. What's happening?
Oh! Who is it, sweetheart? He stops and he slowly turns to look at you again.
Zellena, I whisper.
Why, it's Selena, our son's friend. Where is my boy?
Uh-oh.
I will explain that in a moment. I would like to talk to both you and the missus.
But of course. He skitters on back to the table. He slowly turns before walking back to the table. You, eventually find yourself to a seat after this, like, fucking 15 minutes pass, and he finally makes it to the table, and you sit down. You feel Meatmorph rest his head on your shoulder. The not crab one.
Not crab shoulder.
And you can see this giant fucking lobster woman with a pink apron as she is preparing a meal for you. It smells fucking foul.
Oh, you didn't have to cook me anything, ma'am.
Oh, but of course! You are our guest!
I'm about to cry in real life.
Hey, it's okay. Mistakes happen.
I can't take the
Go ahead and tell them that their son is dead.
The accident happened 10 years ago.
It happened yesterday.
I got a fucking picture for it. Just, hey, it's okay.
I know exactly which picture you're talking about.
Mistakes happen all the time. It's okay. Now go ahead and tell them you're the reason why their son is dead.
Son's dead.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Kill your parents, Tracy.
Alright, so.
Did you know that dog spelled backwards is God? That's so good. Nice.
Alright, give me a moment. Let me save this real quick.
Wait, what?
Alrighty. So.
Or not
Zellena.
food or dog
Shut up. Zellena. You have both the mom and the father sitting at the table with you. Well, the mother's kind of got her back to you as she's cooking.
You both, it's good to see you both in great condition.
Give me a second. Okay. Thank you. Is there a reason why you needed both of us in the room?
Yes, it is something important, I must tell you.
What is it, sweetheart?
Crab Dad, an empath.
Shut up! Shut up! You're not even here! Go away! Fuck!
Us, not an empath. Crab
God.
Daddy.
Hey, Yoon, you can actually put on the headset if you want. Crazy wants to check this out. They'll have to watch the video.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh.
Zellena pauses as she tries to think about what she's gonna say or do next.
Hey, do you have your dice handy?
Yeah, I can grab it real quick.
Oh, if it's put away, don't worry about it.
No, I just grabbed it.
Oh, okay. I want you to roll a will saving throw.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky. Uh-oh, stinky.
Shut up. We're not doing lo-fi stinky. Seriously,
Oh, can I talk about Crab Daddy then?
Hold on. We're trying to. Please, this is supposed to be a serious moment.
Sorry.
I got it. I rolled a 12.
Alright. And that's a 12 in total?
Oh, I didn't get my sheet out. Hold up.
Oh, okay. I think you got like a plus like 6 or whatever in that.
Dang.
Like a 4 or a 6.
Let me check my will saving.
This is to see if Zellena even has the strength to say it.
Willpower? Is that willpower? Or...
Yeah, willpower. Will.
Yeah, she has a plus 8 in willpower.
8? God damn. Yeah, so that's 20 total. That's very good. Zellena absolutely has the strength to say this. Being a druid, death is a natural thing. You've been brewing with this information for a while, so you yourself are comfortable with it. You're more just anticipating their reaction towards what you're about to say.
Right.
They're waiting hesitantly for what you have to say.
I've come here because I bring unfortunate news. While on our travels, Rancho and I went out to save a village, a colony, an entire mountain from a monstrous beast that ate everything in its path and shook the earth. While we were
didn't
investigating,
make it, did we? He didn't make it, did he?
He sacrificed himself so that I wouldn't get killed.
You can hear very gently the mom sets her stuff down, her utensils. And the little crab man before you kind of just lowers his pincers. I understand. Thank you. Thank you for coming here and telling us.
Also, I don't know if this will be insultive of that or not, but I did bring what remained of him. The only thing that remains. And I pull out the crab claw. Slowly. This was all that's left of my friend.
Thank you. I will be sure to bury it. He was too much like his brother. Always the adventurous type. Always had something to prove. I tried to tell him. I did. He was fighting for a lost cause, and one day it would get the better of him. You see the mom is just standing still. She's like in shock. She hasn't even turned around to see the claw. This truly is unfortunate, but I suppose I was expecting this.
Good sir. He died a hero. I didn't even realize what was going on until it had already happened. He was one of the bravest people I've seen. And I wish to continue on his memory, with your permission, to spread the good word of the Honorable Crab Branchio.
It would be an honor. Thank you. Really, thank you.
And please let me know if I can do anything to help you during this moment of time.
There is one thing, although I would hate to ask of it. He kind of gestures his little claws. I am not as nimble as I used to be. Could you bury it for me?
Of course.
Thank you.
Where would you like me to bury it?
Next to the river, by a shady tree.
Okay. I will do that.
That way, whenever I go fishing, I will have my boy with me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. You truly are a good one. Once you are finished, please be on your way. We will need some time to ourselves to mourn.
Of course. I apologize for not eating your food.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Miss Zellena.
Thank you.
You feel Meatmorph rest his head on your shoulder.
I give him a little scritchy scritch. And then I gently pick up the claw, and I go to the river to find a tree.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of abridge this bit. I'm gonna try to wind this stuff down. I'm gonna end your part of the story here with you burying the claw next to the river by a tree, closer to a dock because you can tell the crab fished here. And afterwards, you head on your way back to the town. You do what you can around to try to get your mind off this. You've been kind of just anticipating this. This was not an easy thing. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. You knew it was going to be a tough, heavy topic. But, you managed to bring yourself to do it. They handled it better than you would expect, but that doesn't mean much, given how dire this information was.
I'm crying in real life.
Yeah, I'm tearing up a little bit too.
You're going to make me go to bed sobbing, you motherfricker.
Oh, it's about to get worse for you. You fucking wait your turn.
I know.
God, alright. Apples.
Hi.
Yeah.
As you're waiting here, you eventually see a young elven girl walk in with a armful, well, with a basket on her back full of lumber. She's kind of just lugging this along. It looks really heavy for just only one arm. As she sees you, she smiles as she kind of sets the lumber next to the door and she runs up and hugs you. Or, no, wait, that's not part of tradition. But she does run up to you. She does run up to you, really eager to see you. Ashley, you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're able to walk.
Yes, I've recovered quite a bit. Eto is as good of a healer as he is a teacher.
Oh.
Well, that's good.
So, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. How about you?
I'll admit, things been tough, but I'm getting by.
That's
It's great
good
to
at
see you
least.
again. I was actually just thinking about you the other day.
Thanks.
What was it like out there? You said you were going to the mountains, right?
Yeah, I met a bunch of dragons. I rode a dragon. I pet the
You did?
dragon. And then before that, I killed a dragon.
Oh. That's
It was very hostile.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me tell you, flying 200 feet in the air, really fast, it's pretty cool.
is it? You'll have to take me
Yeah.
sometime. That'll be so much fun.
Yeah,
Maybe I can get my own dragon. We can race each other.
it's not my dragon.
Oh.
It was a dragon. Like they're all just in a they're all in a cave.
Maybe I can meet them
Existing.
one day.
Maybe. You might not want to go to the mountains. There are creatures.
Yeah, you were telling me about them. What were those like?
I pull out the head.
The fuck?
Just here, have
I
a
took
head.
one of its heads.
When?
A while ago. I just saw it in my inventory. I took it, I think, because deer.
Wow, what's it like? Here, let me show you actually.
Here, let me show you.
God.
God. So you
This is the
just
head of one.
reach into your bag and she's like looking at it eagerly and you gotta pull out like an antler as you pull out its whole fucking head. Oh yeah, I remember you did cut off one of their heads. And you can see like the skull underneath it. She's like, whoa! That's really ugly.
Oh yeah, they're really big too.
You might want to put that away. Eto's looking.
Yeah, I will put it away now.
Yeah, of course. You quickly stuff it in there. You turn around. You can see Eto's just like kind of glaring as he's trying to look over your shoulder. What was that?
Deer.
Oh. Alrighty then. And he goes back to his work. And then, Yuki, she just starts giggling to herself. It's great to have you back here.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna stay?
I'm not sure. I'm just kind of visiting.
Okay. Well, when I get done with my work here, if you're free, we should hang out more later.
Okay. I brought, people.
I brought people.
Not even friends, just people.
I'm just talking about the voice crack. Oh God.
I brought people.
Yeah, she just kind of gives you like a funny look.
Die.
Oh, did you now? Well, maybe I'll get to meet these people too then.
What?
Maybe. I don't know. One of them's a druid, and they stayed in the fish town, so.
Well, for now, I have to get back to work.
Good luck.
Thank you. She
will...
quickly scoops up the wood. Don't leave yet. Like, please.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. And she kind of awkwardly walks away as she hands the lumber to Eto. Good work, but next time be faster. Yes, Master Eto. Sorry, Eto. Master.
Be faster. Literally doesn't have an arm. This is bullying. That is bullying at its finest. Be faster.
He's more or less talking to her about stopping in the middle of it. Like, she didn't give it to him, she dropped it to the side. And he just kind of had to stare at her for it. So, Reshingu, and then we'll be done.
Yep.
Reshingu, you pass by Zellena as she looks rather down on her luck. But you have something else in mind. You don't really stop. Unless you do.
No.
Alright. You head to the woods. You can remember this perfectly. This happens in your dreams every night. Running through the same path. This deer trail.
Oh, you also ran through the woods?
Oh my...
different dream. No,
Different
no
dream.
monkey.
No. Monkey, what?
We'll talk about it later. Reshingu, you walk along this path. It's already too late, so you can't do much now, so you just walk this time. Along the path until you reach a clearing. And you can find the grave of where you left your wife. It still floods your memories, your dreams, exactly what happened. Or how it was left, rather. And you also know perfectly that if you tried to bring her back yourself, your poor reputation would have made you look like the criminal. It was just easier to bury her here. And safer. Next to the grave, you can see the cairn that you set up. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially just a stack of rocks.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Miner's grave.
Yeah. What do you do here?
I kind of just stand there for a few seconds before kneeling down in front of it and just, I guess, apologize.
Of course.
Even though I have no reason to, but I
Well,
should have been there sooner.
Of course, you kneel down and you press your hand on the grave where her chest and her face would be, just kind of along that area. And you bow your head. Go ahead and say your piece.
I'm so sorry. I should have been faster. I shouldn't known. I should have known immediately as soon as you weren't in that house. You never left. I should have known about the kid. You were acting different. But my dumbass self couldn't even realize it. The way I had to find out about it, finding your body and your remains. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Highs or lows?
Oh, fuck. Oh.
It's nothing bad, I
Highs.
promise. 12 high.
Highs.
Barely.
Ugh.
You almost miss it, but you feel as though there's a hand on your shoulder. When you look, you can see a very ghostly blue hand. Transparent. You can almost see right through it. You can see a faint mist kicked up around it. You follow up to a female, a woman, an elven woman. Your wife. Looks like she's trying to console you. Although she can't quite speak in a language you would understand. Seems like she's close enough to be here with you, but she's too far to speak. So all she does is stare. And she smiles softly. Before her spirit gets taken up with the wind, and she blows away like sand. You can hear a voice from the trees. Reshingu, I'm terribly sorry for your loss. And when you look in the direction, you can see it's Jerikai from the mountains. And yes, he is still wearing his armor that Ophelia gave him. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And believe me, so do I. But for now, I have a trade. You want revenge. I know it. Let's just say I might have some useful information for you. Now, I don't know exactly who did this, but I can give you a few names that would help out. But I want something. You'll help me, won't you?
He seems to twitch his hand before he looks up. What do you want?
There's a javelin up north, somewhere, called the Javelin of Cairo. My masters, my superiors, they need it. Not quite sure what the purpose is, but it would benefit us greatly if you brought it to me. And in return, I will tell you everything I know about your wife and her death. And I suppose I should also say it was out of my hands entirely. I didn't know until it was too late. She didn't deserve any of this.
He seems to have like an inner fight with himself of what to believe before agreeing. Hesitantly, but agreeing. And very slowly after agreeing, he goes, I want those motherfuckers dead.
And you'll be the one to do it. But first, the javelin. It's somewhere up north. I don't exactly know where, but I believe an old vampire had it.
Oh, that's why I recognize the name.
You fucking should. You keep your dirty mouth shut, though.
I was like, oh.
You shut your fucking dirty mouth now.
I destroyed that vampire.
Shut the fuck up! Fuck, dude. God, I'm gonna take your best friend's other arm if you keep being a bitch.
Sorry.
Fuck you, dude. Alright.
Uh-oh, they're fighting!
Mom and Dad are fighting. Alright, so you agree. And then you say that. I'm going to go before someone notices I'm here. When you collect the javelin, we'll meet back here. And before he leaves, he pulls out a silk rose. Or not a rose, but a lily, rather. And he sets it on your wife's grave. And then he puts a hand on your shoulder. Before he turns around and leaves. And you stay there, no longer staring down at the grave of your dead wife, but instead the flower upon it. Its blue petals and its long bulbs out the center. Freshly plucked. And on that, we'll call it. Alright. So, in this part, I'm gonna go in depth in the new gods I've invoked into my world. In case you, as the viewer, are interested in the world I've created, as opposed to the players, this is for you. If not, then you don't need to see this part. But the idea I went with was that I had several different gods, and each one had their own personal afterlife, or a shared one with a god that they really liked. I'll go into detail with that in a minute. But each one had a set of items that would represent them, and they all had a role to fulfill. And at the top of the list we had Locke, the god of justice. I should also say that these are all custom gods that I invoke in my world, as opposed to the base book, and as opposed to Greek gods. It's too hard to use real-world gods in a fictional world, because then you would have to write up new history for things that they've already done. I'm sure it can be done, but this is actually an easier and lazier approach to it. And honestly, I think it has a better result. Locke, god of justice. A gentleman in a three-piece suit, new shoes and a tie. His hat is tall and bears a star upon it. His mustache is large and curly. His symbols are the star, the scales, and the hammer. He is not good and not evil. He is fair and just to those who follow the rules. Leader of all the gods. He keeps all the gods from acting on their own. His domains good, evil, knowledge, law, and protection. So that part is for the clerics. I learned about clerics a lot having one in my party. And that is how much of a bitch they are to maintain and feed into. But essentially, they have domains depending on what gods they worship. And that's another thing that made using actual gods difficult. Like, they really encourage you to use the D&D gods for this. But I wanted something unique for my world. So I had to come up with what domains these gods would follow under. And each one has multiple domains to describe, you know, what they're like and what they would do, you know, their personalities in a sense. His afterlife is a city of marble white towers, and they are all met with like staircases that lead and exit each other. It's very similar to Greek architecture for sure, but if only it was marble and nothing else. And then after that is Axel, the god of catastrophe. He is perceived as a teen boy with a bombacious personality, and in some cases he seems insane. His symbols are a hammer, a ball of fire, and a noose. He's a rebellious god that wants nothing more than to seek chaos and destruction. His domains are chaos, evil, destruction, fire, strength, and war. And his afterlife is a war-ridden, fiery hellscape. Just this orange fog over dirt and sand coated in blood, and people just constantly fighting for miles to see. It would be considered a good afterlife, depending on, you know, what you like and what you do. But not everyone likes to end their life with constant war, so it's typically perceived as a bad place. The All-Mother. That's a nickname for her. No one really knows her actual true name. Not even me. I couldn't think of anything. But, she is the god of life. A green elven woman with auburn red hair, and she wears grapevines on her body. Her symbols are the flower, blood, and amber stones. She gave life to the world, but not humanoid life. The most intelligent thing that was made would be her prize dragons. She didn't create the humans, but she created everything else around them. And her domains would be air, animal, earth, plant, sun, and water. Her afterlife is an infinite field with rolling hills, and patches of various flowers can be found, as well as the occasional tree. And all animals that have existed in this world, they would be here, as long as they're not alive anymore. This is where animals go when they die, essentially. And they just live here in harmony. Just, they don't really do anything to each other or themselves. Then you got Yarg, the god of passing. He's an old man in robes with glowing white eyes, hidden behind his glorious hair and flowing beard. His symbols are the bone, noose, and blood. The keeper of the dead. He helps lost souls find their afterlife, and he despises necromancy and loathes those who damn creatures to eternal life or torment. His domains are death, knowledge, protection, and travel. He has a bit of a complicated afterlife. It's not really much of an afterlife. It's the world that you would live in when you're alive. That's his afterlife. Just, it's the world still. However, you are still a ghost, still like floating around, and you're essentially waiting for him to take you to a proper afterlife. However, if you worshipped him, then upon death, you'll be reborn as a sort of like angel, I guess, and you'll work with him in freeing other spirits. He's one of those heroes without capes sort of deals, so no one really knows much about him. He doesn't have a lot of followers. The only way people would encounter him is if they had a near-death experience and he mistaken them for someone who was about to pass. And given how short-handed he is, there's more people that are dead than people that can help free the dead. So, he spends a lot of his time on his own, taking care of the spirits that are in need of passing. So, the real world is sort of just treated as a waiting room for people who die. And he decides what afterlife would be best for you. Essentially, if like, oh man, if you don't have a god, he'll pick a place for you that he thinks you would fit well. Like, oh man, I should have done him last. I have, like, no examples. I'll read through it all. And I'll answer questions in the comments if they exist. Then there's Glurgle, the god of Newt. He's a chubby little fire newt with a ghastly white glow. His symbols are the newt, the ball of fire, and a lump of coal. The fire that begets life, Glurgle keeps the world warm. He also shares an afterlife with his dearest friend, the All-Mother. They are best friends. However, I guess he's treated more as like a house pet. And yes, he's considered a god and regarded as such, but he's still a fire newt, so he doesn't really know better. But for some reason, she just likes him the most out of the others. It's kind of like, the meme of, like, mom doesn't want a dog, gets a dog, mom and the dog sort of deal. Like, it's like that. It's like that. And, his domains are fire, destruction, life, sun, and animal. And then his afterlife would be a section of the All-Mother's afterlife, but it's been dedicated to Glurgle. It's a field of volcanic pits caked in soot and brimstone for the creatures that favor it. So, sometimes creatures desire a warmer place to be. You know? They can't just have rolling hills, they need a habitat that suits them. This would be that, in that case. There's other habitats too, and there's plenty of other known gods. These are just the main ones that I wrote down. I'm probably going to change and add stuff to them. The next one is Tiffany. Now, Tiffany's not different from the base god of magic from D&D, like the world lore. It's very much so almost a copy and paste. However, it's a little bit different because I combine the Fey realm into it as well. But Tiffany is a gnome woman who wears eccentric merchant robes, ruled in pockets, and she almost looks like a child, a little girl. And she is the goddess of trade. Her symbols are the bottle, flower, and book. She is an arcanist and a master of alchemy, and she distorts reality for the joy of a show. She mends rifts and weaves to keep the spark of mana in the living world. So, basically, the way mana works in D&D, and also in my world, is that there's a plane parallel to the world that most people play in, the overworld, or whatever they call it. And, in this plane, there's these little balls of arcane light that just flicker about in the air, like fireflies. And whenever a spell is cast in that area, the corresponding area in the realm, or in my world's case, the Fey realm, the light starts to fade or flicker, or it'll even get brighter. In a sense, it gets damaged. And this girl, she'll come along and she'll mend the rift. She'll mend that little arcane rift and restore the mana in the area. And the way dead mana works is if those rifts are completely destroyed. It takes her a while to create new ones and put them back there. Usually takes about like a couple years or so. I don't really remember the deets of it. But that's pretty much Tiffany as well. And she does that too. And her domains are magic, plant, trickery, luck, chaos, and knowledge. And her afterlife is perceived as a twilight forest with indestructible trees that stretch infinitely, as well as fey creatures and small arcane weaves that fade and glow with every spell that is cast with time. Looks like fireflies. A thick mist coats the woods, and gems float in the air like bubbles. It's such a rich plane of arcane existence that just things just work a little differently there. Even gravity's a little bit fucky, but not too much, so. And then you got Satay, or Satay. Oh, fuck. How do you pronounce that? Shit. God, I hope I'm not racist. Got him. Oh, fuck. Satay. Okay, I was right. He's the god of honor. He's an elven samurai warrior in a white robe bearing no symbol of family, and is the master of all clans and styles as well as magics. So he is a Sohei, a shaman, a samurai, everything essentially. A Wohei, like, or a Wozhen, sorry. A Wuzhen. Oh fuck, I'm tired. And he is an oriental god that values a fair and honorable fight, regardless of the swordsman's history. To die in combat in a legendary and fair battle is to be guaranteed a place within his homeland beyond. His domains are war, law, strength, travel, and protection. And essentially, you can fucking kick puppies and punch babies for a living, but as long as you are honorable, then you'll be fine. However, kicking puppies and punching babies isn't exactly honorable, so that was a terrible fucking example. Whatever, as long as you follow the Bushido code or just some form of honor, like if you stay lawful, you'll be fine. His afterlife is a simple oriental town that extends infinitely. It has all the needs to supplement life as if you never died, but they are not necessary. If your status is high enough, you also may be allowed to visit the Grand Hall and see the previous masters of every family. If we have any Bleach fans watching this, it's a lot like Soul Society, where it's got that town around it that just seems to go on. And then at the center of it, they got that, like, sort of, I guess, stronghold where all the, soul reavers are. I think that's their term. It's been a while since I watched Bleach. Fucking love Bleach, though. So good. And then you got Bailey, the goddess of love. An illustrious woman that changes her forms to suit those around her, favoring her humanoid forms. Human, tiefling, elven, and Goliath. Her symbols are the flower, heart, and feather. Now, the heart, it's a actual heart, not the romantic 2 arcs and a point. It's like an actual beating heart in your chest. And her afterlife is a realm made of various pillows of varying colors and fabrics, large enough to hide a capital city. And it's full of nymphs it's full of nymphs whose sole purpose is to relieve your stress in any way desired. Yes, it's a sex plane. I am a fucking pervert. But I'm more interested in the realm itself. The idea, the concept of how it looks, kind of, and this is gonna sound fucking sus, but it's, that one episode of Codename Kids Next Door, when they crawl inside of the couch, and you can see they're in this, like, fucking pillow dimension or whatever, and they're trying to get the TV remote from everyone. It's that. It's just that pillow area where everything around is made out of giant and small pillows, and the people who around are wearing, like, exotic, like, silks and stuff. It's a lot like that. And they got, like, pillow structures and whatever. And lastly, those who lose their place in an afterlife for any sort of reason, no matter what gods they have, they will end up in a twisted dimension ruled by anarchy, a realm of chaos that even the gods fear. And finally, the gods in my world cannot be killed, only dispelled. Sort of like they're being banished and sent back to their realm. And after a certain period of time, they will return. Oh, and one more little bit of trivia about Satay I forgot to mention. I didn't write this one down. However, Satay, he has, like, infinite degrees of skill. And if you beat him in a sword fight, it's considered that either the Dungeon Master is bad and doesn't know how to make a good boss fight, or alternatively, he let you win just to gauge your skill. It's like going up against a robot in chess, and you can decide whether you want to win or lose. However, he decides that for you. It could be considered a total cop-out, but as far as actual people understand, no one's ever fought against him at his highest degree of skill. And that's all the gods I wrote down. I'm sure if I add more, we'll do this again. Hopefully I won't do it in the long dark. I don't know why I thought that was a great fucking idea. But that was a stupid idea, and it was a mistake to even do it. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching this pit.